Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
Throwing strikes, being efficient with our pitches, making those routine plays, and having a great approach at the plate. So just keeping things simple and just building up that team chemistry as much as possible, I think, will help you win some games.
1-2. Swing and a miss as the Sodbusters strand the bases loaded to keep this a tie game.
This one is bounced back up the middle and into center field for a base hit. One run scores. Here comes Printer around third.
Our fans recognize that, and they know that it's a family atmosphere at our place, and that's what we like.
To the left side and through for a base hit. The go-ahead run scores as Jensen delivers once again.
This one, the lightest of light hits. He gets an RBI single.
I think it's just a great experience, getting kids from all over the country to come in and play together.
Catch the spirit of the game, the Hastings Sidebusters.
This is Sodbuster Baseball, Game 2 of the 2024 Independence League season for your Hastings Sodbusters. Hello and welcome. Happy Thursday night. Welcome to beautiful, glorious, historic Duncan Field in Hastings, Nebraska. The Sodbusters back for Game 2. After having yesterday off, they will look for their first win of the season this evening versus the OAHE Zap from Pierre, South Dakota. The Zap almost looking like they're dressed up as bananas today. We'll get a look at them here in just a few moments. But the Zap, no, this is not Buster Ball yet, or Banana Ball, if you will, like we were able to bring you last season. But the Zap, with their very colorful uniforms, to say the least, they are the visiting team, and they are here for a 2-game set, part of a 4-game homestand for the Sodbusters this weekend. 2 games against OAHE tonight and tomorrow, and then 2 games with the Nebraska Prospects on Saturday and Sunday. Beautiful weather, hoping for that this weekend. So come on out to Hastings and Duncan Field. Plenty of Buster baseball here, and we're excited to continue to bring you the Sodbuster 2024 season on our YouTube broadcast. Coming up in our pregame show, we will have our first Sodbuster Spotlight of the season. Steve Stein catches up with the local kid, Adams Central alumnus Creighton Jacobitz, who appeared in relief in Tuesday night's game and pitched 2 scoreless innings. We'll hear from the soon-to-be sophomore after his first year in college experience. We'll get to hear from Mr. Jacobitz, a healthy sight to see some local guys on this Sodbuster team. Again, I'm Ryan Valenza. We will check out with Steve Stein. We'll preview today's game. We're about 15 minutes from first pitch here at Duncan Field. We'll give you everything you need to know about the OAHE Zap and their 2024 season. And we'll let, of course, everything you need to know about your Hastings Sodbusters as well. Coming up, we'll have our spotlight after these messages, followed by the finished pregame show, and we will preview the game before we get going around 6:35 this evening. This is Sodbuster Baseball. I'll be right back with our Sodbuster Spotlight.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com. We feature Sodbuster Baseball, a Sodbuster Spotlight with one of the local guys. He's Creighton Jacobitz, making his Sodbuster debut. A pretty special one. Talk about the opportunity to come out and pitch at Duncan.
Well, I've been pitching at Duncan since I was 14. Love the field. I've always wanted to come back, and I had the opportunity to come back, and I've never been happier pitching at Duncan.
And you came in a huge jam. You're able to get out of it with no more damage done, getting a strikeout and a double play behind you. Talk about the relief outing.
Yeah, whenever you go in with bases loaded, no outs, your goal is just to minimize guys, and then I got the first strikeout, and then our second baseman made a great play to really save the inning.
You had Printer behind you. And overall, just watching the infielders, talk a little about the infield this Sodbuster team has. Looks like it's going to be a pretty special group.
Yeah, we got a lot of really shifty guys out in the infield, making a lot of plays. Got some strong arms, so I think it's going to be a really fun season with them in the infield.
How challenging is it to come out of the pen? I mean, high school, most of the guys are starters. You're used to starting. Transitioning to being a relief pitcher, talk a little about that.
Yeah, I started my entire high school career, and then I got to college, and I knew it was going to get shaken up a little bit. It's really just all about just dealing with adversity, overcoming, and just focusing on what you need to do the best you can.
Tell us about our first year at Cloud County. How did it go for you? What went well? What are you going to have to work on for year 2?
So my first year at Cloud County, it went pretty good. I had a minimal role, didn't get a whole lot of innings, but I'm okay with it. I had great coaches, some great teammates that are now moving on, and it was a great learning experience. I'm ready to go back for next year.
Is it the physical aspect of it, the mental aspect? What are you going to have to improve on more to play more of a role at Cloud County your sophomore year?
So to play more of a role, I'd say a big thing's mental, is just not beating yourself up too much, and then just really focusing on what you need to do, how to do it, and making sure that you're consistent.
And that's one thing about it. The pitches you make in high school, the same ones in college, there's going to be dudes that can probably hit them.
Yeah, in high school, I was just used to throwing my curveball, swing and miss all the time. Here, if I hang it, they bang it, and then if I throw it in the dirt, back in high school I get chases, but here they just take it every day. So
we're talking with Creighton Jacobitz. He's one of the local guys on this Hastings Sodbuster team. The classes, talking about how it went academically your first year at Cloud County.
Academically, it went really well. I've always been a bit of a strong student, so going into a community college, school wasn't the biggest aspect of the place, but went in there, got my work done, got decent grades.
Setting the foundation. Do you have a potential major? What do you like to study? What were your fun classes?
Right now I'm studying business, and I'm going to go into accounting with a ag business minor and try and commodity trade.
Very, very cool. Does that kind of make it a little more specialized on where you can go for your 4-year college stop in terms of you want to play baseball, but you also probably have to have that specific major?
Well, yes and no. Accounting is held by a lot of schools, most schools, so that won't really be a problem. And then ag business, if I had to, I could take online classes throughout, but it's not too specialized by any schools.
So as far as your sophomore year, obviously you're thinking about academics, but you're probably thinking about baseball too. If you get a chance to play in the 4-year school, you're going to do it?
My goal is to move on to a 4-year after I'm done at Cloud County.
What about the focus this summer? What areas are you trying to improve on the mound here for the Hastings Sodbusters?
My main focuses on the mound are just working on my mentality, staying strong throughout the entire time I'm on the mound, and then hopefully gain some velo while I'm up here.
The college level, maybe you throw once a week. Here in the summertime, you could get a lot more innings. Are you excited about that opportunity to maybe come out and throw every 2 or 3 days?
Oh yeah, I'm really excited. My entire life growing up, I've been throwing tons of innings throughout the year. Get to college, only threw 4 innings, I think, in the spring, and now I'm getting here. I'll get more opportunities to throw 40, 50 innings, so that really excites me.
You got a little homestand, but then I think there's like a 9-game road trip. Is it going to be fun to just kind of build some chemistry and get to know some of these dudes as you get to the early part of the summer?
Yeah, one thing I love about baseball is the new relationships you build with everybody, and I think a road trip will be really good because people have been coming in at different times. We don't know each other too well yet, and I think a 9-game, 10-day road trip will be really good for us.
He's Creighton Jacobitz. He's one of the local guys, the Adams Central product, now at Cloud County Community College. He's our Sodbuster Spotlight. I'm Steve Stein.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
First pitch creeps closer and closer here at Duncan Field. Just about 10 minutes away from that here. Umpires have taken the field, so who knows? Maybe they're wanting to get an early start here, but we'll highlight both teams real quick before we introduce our starting lineups. The OAHE Zap playing game number 6 already this year. They've already played 5 games this season, and some of those coming against Fremont. Fremont took 3 out of 4 against the OAHE Zap to open the season, and then their one game against Spearfish, which was on Tuesday. They lost that game, so the 1-4 record, the 1 win versus Fremont. Sodbusters took their opening season loss against Fremont on Tuesday. But this is a team that the Sodbusters had success against last year, a 6-3 record against the Zap, playing a lot of those games at home, and if I recall right, OAHE was the very first win of the Hastings Sodbusters season last year after they lost 10 straight. So this is going to be a challenge for both teams because they feel like both of these teams are very evenly matched. OAHE Zap finishing dead last in the Independence League last year. The Sodbusters second to last. So in for a good game. Steve, what can we expect about these yellow-looking guys out there?
Just hope to be able to see the numbers. Yellow on yellow with white numbers, and we'll do our best to pick out the Zap players as best we can. Ryan's going to have the starting lineups momentarily, but before today's game, let's take it down to the field and get you our national anthem.
Oh, say can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets red glare, the bombs bursting in, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
Let's play some ball, shall we? Sodbusters on the field. The Zap will take aim at the Sodbusters' first hand. Let's now introduce our starting lineups. First for the OAHE Zap, the visitors from Pierre, South Dakota, coming to the plate first. Their starting 9 is leading off and playing second base, Buck Snabes. Batting second, playing third base, Jackson Mix. Batting third, doing the designated hitting, is Leandro Guevara. They're batting fourth and playing first base is Vince Polisi. Batting fifth and catching is Mason Lang. Batting sixth, playing center field, Andrew Phillips. Batting seventh, playing left field, Braden Byram. Batting eighth and playing right field is Emiliano Montijo. And batting ninth and playing shortstop is Brandon Weigel. And then the pitcher for OAHE will be Jacob Swallow. On the mound for the Sodbusters, the tall right-hander, Dalton Juden, back for his second season as a Sodbuster, getting his first start of the season. Dalton, last year, he was the innings eater for the Sodbusters. 11 starts, 56 innings, a 3-6 record. Last season, 32 walks, 47 strikeouts to a 5.94 ERA. Dalton, his main problem, like most of the Sodbusters last season, was just those walks to start off the game and just allowing a little too many base runners that the other teams were able to take advantage of. But good to see Dalton back in his second season for the guys, Steve.
You bet, and it's neat. Gets a chance to share this experience with his brother. Dalton and Fred are both here again. Another York dude on the roster as well. As we had a great privilege to see that guy in the starting lineup the other day. And so it's fun for the teammates to get together and probably didn't even get much of a chance to go back to Florida before returning to Nebraska. Nope. And so it's neat that they are here, and that veteran presence. They know what this level is like. They know what Hastings is like, and you would think that these two will assume a little more leadership role. And I think they're looking for big steps forward this summer compared to last summer, and hopefully we'll see it come to fruition for both the Juden boys.
Dalton Juden, York University guy from Broward City, Florida. In his spring season at York University, he was a 6-game starter, made 10 appearances, 24 innings pitched, a 12.75 ERA, but only 11 walks and 23 strikeouts. So 2-to-1 strikeout to walk ratio. And stepping in, Buck Snabes. And you hear our PA guy Nathan Frew announce that we're going to start off with the beer batter right away. Three strikes, and there's strike one already. Fans 2 strikes away from discounted adult beverages.
And how do you not choose Buck Snabes as great name. He has got to be your beer batter.
Fouled off again to the same spot for Buck Snabes. One more strike. Dalton, let's get him in there. Dalton Juden throws a 4-seam, 2-seam, a circle change, and a slurve. Says his slurve is his best pitch. See what he comes up with 0-2. Look out, head-high fastball there as Snabes ducks out of the way. Count 1 ball and 2 strikes to the Zap leadoff hitter. Juden, tall 6'7" guy, working from the wind. That one in play, softly hit to left field, and it is caught! Josh Printer with the range at shortstop. Just gets it in his glove, and he makes the nice grab for the leadoff out. How about that?
Tremendous to see Josh Printer. He's got the shortstop range. He played second base the other day, but going to where we loved watching him play a year ago at shortstop, and that came off the bat. I'm thinking, are you kidding me? Is this going to be like the other day? But a little soft liner, but the Sodbusters get it on a great defensive play.
And that's what our owner Scott Galusha told us just before the broadcast, that of the 10 hardest hit balls in Tuesday's contest versus Fremont, the Sodbusters had the 10 hardest hit balls, and yet they only scored 1 run. Strike one down the middle to the second pulse hitter, Jackson Mix, according to home plate umpire Sean Schutt. And the field umpire today is Brandon Brooks. Another high strike call to Mix, who looks back in. A little bit of disagreement there. Juden working quickly on the mound. Mix down in the count 0-2. Jackson Mix out of Southern Wesleyan University, a Gray, Georgia native. That one just misses the same spot. Juden went right back to it, doesn't get the call there. Southern Wesleyan in the spring season went 9-41 as a team. Mix struggled at the plate, just appearing in 14 games and only 5 hits in his spring career. From 1-2 now to 3-2. The backdoor slurve does not come all the way around. Fred Bond behind the plates, doing the catching for Dalton Juden. Here's the payoff. Strike 3 called. Fastball locked him up on the outside corner. And Mix will waltz back to the dugout with a look back at the home plate umpire. 2 up, 2 down for Dalton Juden.
I don't think Mix thought any of the 3 were strikes. And if that's where you're going to call him, you got to swing at that 3-2 pitch.
Summer League baseball, the strike zone may be a little bit different in summer ball. Now it's Leandro Guevara. He's going to take strike 1. Down the gut from Juden. Got that breaking ball working early for him. Sodbuster defense behind Dalton Juden. First after the no ball, 1 strike pitch. It's lined on a line to left field and right at the left fielder. Vega, who goes down to a knee and make the play. Drew Vega, the left fielder, puts it away. A 1-2-3 inning for the Sodbusters to start us off. Top of the Buster order. Due up after this. This is Sodbuster Baseball on YouTube.
Let's face it. We move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
No score, bottom of the first inning. Busters coming up against the OAHE Zap, who will look to the arm of Jacob Swallow on the mound. He is a Northwestern College guy, not the one in Evanston, but the one in Iowa. That one in NAIA College, so he probably saw some action against Hastings College this spring. First now, let's bring you the Sodbuster lineup. Leading off, once again, and playing center field today is Alexiel Delgado. Batting second, playing shortstop is the Josh Printer, who made the nice play for out number 2 in the top of the first inning. Batting third, playing right field, Sawyer Duddleston. Batting fourth, playing first base, Jack Borgman. Batting fifth and playing second base, Luke Ray. Batting sixth and doing the designated hitting, we'll get our first look at Yamato Sato. And then batting seventh, playing catcher is Fred Bond. Batting eighth and playing third base, Leo Sarnataro. And batting ninth and playing left field is Drew Vega. So the top 5 guys in the lineup saw action on Tuesday, and the bottom 4 guys did not. So they will be making their Sodbuster debut today. But Alexiel Delgado will take aim at the Northwestern College product, Jacob Swallow. Swallow in his spring season made 18 appearances, all in relief. Had a 3-3 record, 3.76 ERA. 5 saves for the Northwestern Raiders. 26 and a third innings pitched, 7 walks, but 38 strikeouts. Get a chance to look at the little bit of a different delivery here from Swallow, the left-hander, also with a sidearm motion as he delivers ball 1 down low to Alexiel Delgado. Interesting delivery there. In the long term, got to think maybe that does something on the arm, but obviously that's why we're in the broadcast booth and not on the field. We don't know what's best for the guys. Delgado takes ball 2 that appears to be a bit inside. 2 balls, no strikes to the Sodbuster leadoff hitter.
And I don't know if you can hear it, but after the first 2 pitches, he's got the little tennis grunt.
Ugh.
Yeah,
Yes.
That's now you want to throw your change up and yell louder.
Yes. Could be like it's almost like a, yep, there you can hear it there as he delivers ball 3. Yes, still yet to find the strike zone is Swallow, but yeah, like the tennis grunt, and you could say, I mean, if you do it with every pitch, you can almost throw a hitter off, perhaps. But Delgado in the driver's seat. Let's see what he has in mind here. He does not have the green lights. Didn't get a pitch that he wanted to, even if he did. 3 balls and 1 strike. Coaches for the Sodbusters, Joel Skipper back for his second year. He's the third base coach. Same with Corey Caranda, the first base coach on the first base side. 3-1 pitch. Delgado, he lays off down low for ball 4, and they try to check down to first, and no swing. Delgado is on board with the leadoff walk.
Really good eye right there. I thought that may have been called a strike. A fairly liberal zone early on for Sean Schott, but good at bat there for Delgado, and a leadoff man aboard for the Sodbusters.
And it brings up Josh Printer, making his second debut as a Sodbuster. His second game as a Sodbuster, rather. Takes ball 1 outside. Printer, another returner for the Sodbuster squad. Expect to have a few more returners joining the squad later in the season. Printer on Tuesday's game was one of 3 Sodbusters without a hit in the starting lineup, but he did drive home a run. Swing and a miss on the breaking ball there from Swallow. 1 ball and 1 strike to Printer. We saw Printer's success at the plate and in the field last season, but this season in the spring for Houston Christian, he struggled at the plate in 40 games, hit just .208 for an average. They'll pick off to first. Delgado back in safely. Printer .208 average on the spring, 2 doubles, 6 home runs, 20 RBIs. The big stat there, 9 walks and 42 strikeouts for a Houston Christian team that finished their spring season 18-31. Swallow delivers home. That's just far outside. 2 balls and 1 strike. Sodbusters in game number 2 of the season. The Zap playing their 6th game of the season. Zap went down 1-2-3 in the first inning. Busters already with a man on. Another pickoff throw to first. Delgado making sure Swallow pays him close attention. Almost dancing back and forth like he's a guy in the boxing ring. Keeping light on the feet. Floating like a butterfly, if you will. 2-1. There goes Delgado. Pitch is a strike. The throw is horrible. And not close to the bag. Delgado, regardless, had the bag stolen. Even with a good throw by the catcher Lang, Delgado still has that base stolen easily. A runner in scoring position with nobody out.
If that is the number one throw for Mason Lang, the Sodbusters, that won't be the last base they steal.
Absolutely. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Printer. The pitch from Jacob Swallow. Way inside. Printer leans out of the way. The count runs full. OAHE defense behind Swallow from left to right is Byram, Phillips, and Cunil. And from third to first is Mix, Weigel, Snabes, and Polisi. 3-2. Down the right field line. Could be a play for Cunil. And it just goes out of play. And Printer will stay alive. Excuse me, Curiel. I had put my R too long, so the R became an N. That's Emiliano Curiel in right field. Payoff once again to Printer with the runner at second base. Delgado light on his feet again. Here it comes. Into outfield. That's a base hit. Delgado had to hold up, and he's going to get the stop sign from Joel Skipper. Going to second is Printer, and he will make it in safely. Heads up play by Josh Printer with the throw sailing into the infield. He was going all the way, and he is at second base. First 2 have reached for the Busters.
Tremendous base running there as Printer rounded first, was seeing the play unfold before him, and I thought a cut and a throw back to second. Printer is dead meat, but they could not make the play for OAHE, and a big chance here with 3, 4, and 5 coming up.
So with Printer running all the way, that is going to be a double for him. And fouled off in the box by Sawyer Duddleston. Duddleston, one of 2 Sodbusters this season who did not play with the team last year, but played with the team in 2022. Duddleston is the right fielder for the Busters, an Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy. Got to be one of the best mascots in collegiate athletics. Off the top of my head, at least. Duddleston, he's played 3 seasons with the Wonder Boys. Speaking of the Wonder Boys, one of the guys, Wonder Boys last season, not back with us, Marcos Cabranes, hopefully off to bigger and better things after he graduated this year. 1-1, got a piece of it, and Duddleston now with the 1-2 count on the foul ball. This season for the Wonder Boys, Duddleston hit 287. He's hitting 287 overall in those 3 seasons combined. Just a 183 average this spring, but hit 339 last spring. It's a little bit of an off season for him in the spring. Second and third, nobody outs. Swallow delivers the breaking ball, tried the back door. It was locked, and the count runs 2-2. Delgado led off the inning with the walk. He then stole second base and advanced to third on the Josh Printer double. Ducks are on the pond. Sawyer, they're right there for you. Here's the 2-2. Backdoor breaking ball called strike 3, and Duddleston caught looking for out number 1.
Big out there, and a good job for Swallow to come back. And now it's Hastings' turn to not be happy with the home plate umpire. But if it's going to be a liberal zone, you have to protect there, particularly with 2 strikes. Sodbusters still an opportunity with a runner at third and less than 2 outs.
Jack Borgman bats. He had a good day on Tuesday. Had 2 hits in 4 plate appearances. One of 3 Sodbusters with the multi-hit game. He takes a fastball just too low for ball 1. Jack Borgman, Northeast Community College guy, a Norfolk native. 48 games for the infielder Hawk this season. 44 hits. And 13 of those going for extra bases. That one just misses low and away from Swallow, who, like we mentioned, it audibly putting everything he has into his releases today. Borgman hit 289 for Northeast Community College in the spring, and one of the brave souls without batting gloves at the plate. And who needs batting gloves when you can rope it into left field and drive home 2 runs? Borgman hits the bag at first. Both runs are in. He rounds the bag at second and will drop anchor there, content with a game opener 2 RBI double for Jack Borgman.
Pretty good job for the Sodbusters. They did not have an extra base hit in their season opener, and here they are swinging the bats well in the opening frame to take a 2-0 lead.
Went with something off speed for Swallow. Borgman waited on it and hammered that to left field. The left fielder Byram, no chance to stop that before either 2 runs score. Luke Ray now bats, and he takes ball 1 outside. Luke Ray batted 9th in the home opener. We had him for 2 hits on our scorebook, but his 9th inning hit, it appears, was changed to reached on an error, perhaps. So he was just 1 for 4 rather than 2 for 4 in that ball game. 1-1 pitch. Swallow now above 20 pitches in this first inning. But a 2-0 lead for the Busters after just 4 batters in. Ray awaits and takes strike 2. And outside corner. Calls are being made both ways there, so both teams will look to adjust and find that pitch, according to home plate umpire Sean Schott. 1-2 to Luke Ray with Jack Borgman at second base. And he grounds that on a couple of hops to the shortstop Weigel. He guns over to first, low, beautifully dug out by the first baseman Vince Polizzi. And that is a big second out. If that ball gets away, that might mean another run for the Busters, but Luke Ray is retired.
How big is it to have a first baseman who can do that and bail out your left side infielders in particular? Good job on the turf hop to make the play. Let's see if Sodbusters can get a 2-out hit here.
They will look to the bat of Yamato Sato, now making his MLB debut from Yamato Sato from Japan. For the Sodbusters, he attended Nihon Sports Science Academy, and he is a Tokyo native. Catcher by trade, but can play other positions if needed, and he sky-high pops that one up on the infield. That one might hit a different level of the ozone, but it finally comes down and caught by the shortstop Weigel. And Sato is retired, so are the Sodbusters. But once again, they lead early. They score 2 first-inning runs thanks to a 2 RBI double from Jack Borgman. And they will look to hang another 0 on the mound right after this. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook. 1 inning in the books. Sodbusters lead it, just like they did in the first game against Fremont. They held a 1-0 lead after 3 innings. But Sodbusters getting on the board early to the starter, Jacob Swallow. Dalton Juden back out there. He set down the Zap 1-2-3 in the first inning. But, I mean, first inning so far for Dalton, Steve, I mean, looked very sharp. And perhaps the familiarity of his home ballpark helping him settle in a little bit easier.
And the maturity. I mean, it was kind of like Miller the other day. He just seemed to own the game. Yeah, he took the loss, but Miller was kind of a tough luck guy. And just early returns here. Dalton looks very comfortable, in command, fast working. That wasn't always the case last year, and has really got a nice rhythm. And, of course, you know, they're probably going to hit him a little bit. And can he maintain that consistency, that rhythm, when things maybe don't go his way?
Sodbuster pitchers statistically last season, not by a ton. Sodbuster pitchers were mainly fly ball guys. They gave up more fly balls than ground balls, which for the most part will play in Duncan Field. It doesn't matter how hard you can hit it. The walls of great Duncan Field are likely to hold it in. That one sprayed out of play. The first batter of the inning is Vince Polizzi, who made that nice dig at first base in the first inning. But Polizzi will bat 4, 5, and 6 due up for OAHE. Good breaking ball by Juden. Gets his foul ball. It's 0-2. And speaking of home runs, we mentioned it. It's hard but not impossible, because we saw it 3 separate times last year when we hadn't seen it for a couple seasons. 0-2, fouled back again. Polizzi stays alive. Cale Jensen, home run last year in the early part of the season. If I'm not mistaken, it was either his first or second game as a sodbuster. First game as a sodbuster. Launched it out of the right field bleachers. Look out, right back up the middle over the glove of Dalton Juden and into center field for a leadoff base hit. Vince Polizzi breaks up the perfect game and no hitter there.
Yeah, Jensen had to be thinking, Duncan Field, whatever. Yeah.
Don't care. And then, of course, Nick Jones had the other home run that cleared the right field wall. That one was didn't look like it was going to do it off the bat, but ended up doing it. And then we had a Fremont home run on July 4th. Was the third and final home run last season. Swing and a miss. Second batter of the inning is Mason Lang, the catcher for OAHE. Mason Lang is one of the South Dakota State guys. And we've got 5 South Dakota State guys combined for the Hastings and OAHE roster. 3 Busters and 2 Zap. And kind of a cool moment before the game. Got to see some of the guys go into the dugout and embrace each other, saying what's up, and then saw them taking a picture out in short left center field of the South Dakota State Jackrabbits here at Duncan Field tonight. 1 ball and 1 strike to Mason Lang. He's a business economics major out of South Dakota State. Always a solid major to choose from. As he grounds out to the left side and just through both left field infielders between Sarnataro and Prinner. 2 consecutive base hits to start off the Zap second inning. It's first and second with nobody out.
Really good pitch for Juden. Just a seeing eye single for Lang. Saw way too many of those the other day against Fremont in that 6-1 loss. And hopefully that's not a sign of things to come. And we'll see how the Zap play. Toward the bottom of the order, do you bunt here to get 2 in scoring position to try to get those 2 runs back? Or do they play for a really big inning? We'll see what their head coach, Jamie Habiger, has up his sleeve. He has no assistant coach to rely on, so he's the man.
Habiger in his second year with OAHE, 4th year in Pierre. Here's the first pitch, the third hitter of the inning, Andrew Phillips. Dalton Juden's stuff so far, his fastball is around the 83 to 85 range, off speed around 73, 74 so far in the contest. Polizzi at second, Lang at first, and Andrew Phillips sends it out of play to the left side. Phillips is the other South Dakota State guy on the Zap team. He did not play this season. Heartland, Minnesota native. But in high school, he was a big base stealer. 44 for 45 in stolen bases his senior year. Good breaking ball that just stays a bit too high. And the count 2 balls and 1 strikes to Andrew Phillips. Juden set down the side in order in the first, has now allowed the first 2 to reach. Zap trying to get those 2 runs back for him from the Sodbusters. Skies it into the air. Phillips will get that out of play. Leo Sarnataro at third base gives it a look, but no play for him. Sodbuster defense behind Juden. From left to right field is Drew Vega, Alexiel Delgado, and Sawyer Duddleston. From third to first is Leo Sarnataro, Josh Prinner, Luke Ray, and Jack Borgman. And again, Fred Bond behind the dish doing the catching for his battery mate Juden, who delivers the 2-2. Way up high. Count is run full. It's what the Sodbusters did such a good job of in their first game, was not walking anybody until the 6th inning. That was a huge problem for the Busters last season. Ball 4 is just up high. And there it is, the first walk of the game for Dalton Juden. And the first 3 have reached. Bases juice, or should I say bases are zapped full of Zaps.
Dalton, how's he going to handle this bit of adversity? 1, 2, 3 in the first, very much in rhythm. Now battling his control a bit here after giving up the 2 singles. Gets the walk, and now can you minimize?
Foul back to the screen. And this is Braden Byram. Byram's a left fielder for the Zap. Byron, a Dakota State guy from Sioux Falls, South Dakota. He, again, also did not play in his spring season as that one ricochets off the facade of the concourse and comes back onto the field of play. No balls, 1 strike. It's gone single walk for the Zap in this top half of the second inning so far. Juden laboring, trying to find an out, and he will not. He's going to plunk Byram with the breaking ball right on that shoulder, and that drives in a run. The Zap are on the board. It's 2-1. Hastings still in front for the moment, but the Zap still have them juiced with nobody out.
Really disappointing there for Juden, has had the 0-2 count, thinking getting a strikeout, having a way to get out of this, and now Joel Skipper going to come out and just try to make sure that Juden still has the right frame of mind as he battles the 8, 9, and 1 hitters. And now you see this team from OAHE thinking huge inning, had a chance to come right back after the Sodbusters put 2 on the board in the first.
Absolutely. And Juden, like we mentioned, he was the guy that ate up all those innings for the Sodbusters, so as long as he can be over the zone, he can be successful. But like we mentioned too, at Duncan Field, all you really have to do is put the ball over the plates, and then the rest will come there. But Juden a little wild in this second inning.
Dalton a year ago, 56 innings pitched for the summer campaign to go along with over 40 for Fred. So you came out to the ballpark, there's a pretty decent chance you're going to see a Juden on the mound.
Yes, you are. Last year, he actually pitched in the series finale against OAHE in the first part of the season. And he went 7 innings, 7 scoreless innings, allowing 3 hits, no runs, walking 3, and striking out 6. And that was actually the second win for the Sodbusters on the season. So he's faced this team before. That pitch just a bit too high, it appears, to Emiliano Curiel. Curiel is a 5th Zap to come up to the plate in the inning, and he takes ball 2 up high, and the wide strike zone has suddenly disappeared for the home plate umpire, Sean Schott. So now we've gone single walk, hit by pitch. Base is still loaded with nobody outs. And Juden, he is just peppering that same spot, trying to get it lower too. And I mean, with the tall frame, you've got to finish lower than a normal pitcher would. And perhaps that playing an issue for Juden here in the second inning. The 3-0 pitch way outside, a 4-pitch walk, and we've got a tie ball game here in the second inning, 2-2.
There's no action in the Sodbuster bullpen, and certainly don't want to have to go to the bullpen this early. Yeah, you do have 12 pitchers, but there was a plan. I think he had the 3 relievers, and now somebody is sprinting toward there to see how it all works out for this Hastings Sodbuster team.
And whoever that is doesn't even have their baseball pants on already, so they probably knew they were coming into the game, but did not even fathom they would be up this early. Now the 6th Zap to come to the plate this inning is Brandon Weigel. Brandon Weigel is an Ellsworth Community College guy, and he is quickly down, no balls, and 2 strikes. A leadoff single, 2 leadoff singles have come around to score. Still nobody out. The Sodbusters looking for their first out of the inning. And that's lined, and that's going to get down for a base hit in right center field. And Zap had to make sure that it wasn't caught, so they will just go station to station as Phillips comes across to the dish. And the Zap have stormed right back and taken the lead in the second. It's 3-2 on the RBI single from Brandon Weigel.
Yeah, now you got to find a way to minimize. So good for the Sodbuster pitching staff the other day. Bases loaded, no out situation. Twice they ended up surviving. But here today, it is just tough to get out number 1 here for Juden.
So now we go back to the top of the Zap order. There's strike 1 to Buck Snabes. Snabes, a Saginaw Valley guy. He's batted 156 on the spring season, and again, he is the beer batter. He was one strike away from offering, and once again, one strike away. Juden paints the outside corner for the fastball. Juden looking in, bases loaded, still nobody out. And it is fouled off to the right side and no play. And dropped by the fan there, right in his right hand and out of the hand. I don't know if you're able to bring a glove to the game at that age, though, so can't blame the guy. 0-2 sky high into shallow right field. Duddleston in foul territory makes the basket high catch for the first out, racing in, and he snags it. Much needed first out. 7 batters into the second inning.
Duddleston plays a lot of center field at Arkansas Tech and showed his range there. Big out. Now you're a double play away from getting out of this with 3 runs allowed, and you'd take that at this point.
Yeah, absolutely. Sodbusters were just a hair late on 3 potential double plays in the Fremont game. We'll see if the doctor can write a prescription for an old twin killer right here.
That was cool. That was I like that.
Thank you very much.
Got to jot that down.
Three runs already in for OAHE in the second inning. And they are looking for more here. 1 out. They are playing Jackson Mix. Normal depth pretty much everywhere. Trying to elect for a double play. And Mix will take a strike after 2 balls. 2 balls, 1 strike, 1 out. 3-2 OAHE. All 3 runs coming in this inning. Jackson Mix, he's also one of the few guys on their returning roster for the Zap who played against the Sodbusters last season. 2-1 breaking ball stopped by Bond. In the opposite batter's box, now Juden's got to find the strike zone here. No place to put Jackson Mix with the bases loaded. Delivers. Popped over our heads and out of play. Count runs full. We do have left-handed action in the Sodbuster bullpen. If Juden not able to complete this inning here. Juden's payoff pitch. Swing and a miss. Excellent breaking ball by Juden. Pulled the string with the full count, and what a gutsy pitch by Dalton Juden to get the second out of the inning.
2 strikeouts, both against Mix. You'd like to see him every time. Now you have to get by your number 3 hitter to get out of this with no more damage done.
Well, the one guy away in the lineup from the beer batter has struck out twice. Unfortunately, no consolation for Sodbuster fans. Strike 1 on the outer edge to Leandro Guevara. Guevara is the 9th Zap hitter to come to the plate this inning. And he bats with 2 outs. He lined out to left field, and another hit batter as that breaking ball gets away from Juden and squares up Guevara right in the back. The 4th run comes across to the plate, and it's 4-2 OAHE in the top of the second. So a hit by pitch RBI for Guevara as the 4th run to come across the plate as Braden Byram crosses the dish. If you recall, 6 straight reached for OAHE before the first out was recorded. Space is still loaded with 2 outs. And now Vince Polisi, who led off the inning with a single, back up for the second time. The 0-1 pitch from Juden. That one is smacked foul down the right field side towards the parking lot. No balls and 2 strikes. Juden, with his next pitch, will already be at pitch number 50 in this contest. No balls, 2 strikes. Pitch is high for ball 1. As Polisi able to lay off. Sodbusters last year, one of the highest walk rates and highest ERAs in the team, mainly due to those base on balls, and another hit batter. That's the 3rd of the inning. And standing tough in the box was Polisi. Just didn't really move and just let that pitch find the elbow there. And, of course, he got the elbow guard there. So No real harm done to Polizzi. The 5th run comes across the plate. The wheels are turning, and Skipper's going to have to go to the mound and get his starter after he records just 5 outs. The command out the door, unfortunately, for Dalton in this 2nd inning, and Skipper is going to the bullpen after 5 runs come across. Bases are still loaded. We will bring you our new Sodbuster pitcher right after the break.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
New pitcher on the bump for the Sodbusters, and it is just 5 outs into the game. They go to the left-handed reliever announced as Alexander Carter. Must be a new guy for the Sodbusters. We do not have him on our roster, nor do the opposing guys who are looking in here too. We have Alexander Carter. Our opposing broadcasters from OAHE coming in wondering the same question, who the heck is this guy? Shout out to our PA guy next door. He knew the name, but only so many left-handed pitchers on the roster, and with guys coming in and out, it is slim pickings and could be any different guy on any different day. But Alexander Carter, the announced pitcher. We apologize. We do not have any other background information on Mr. Carter, otherwise that he is making his Sodbuster debut in a very tough scenario. He comes on with 2 outs in the top of the 2nd inning. Already 5 runs across for the OAHE Zap. And they're about to send their 11th man to the plate. It's Mason Lang.
This is actually Alexander Hardy. Hardy, H-A-R-D-E, Hardy.
Okay, Carter and Hardy. Got those mixed up. Well, he's going to get a first pitch pop-up in foul territory. Who's going to take it? It is Jack Borgman, the first baseman, and Alexander Hardy. Best inning you're ever going to throw as a Sodbuster. 1 pitch, 1 out, and actually retires the side. 5 runs across for OAHE in the top of the 2nd inning. The Sodbusters will look to get some of those back in the bottom half of the inning. This is Sodbuster Baseball. We will be right back.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Well, it's catch-up time for the Busters as they find themselves in a 5-2 hole now. The OAHE Zap all over starter Dalton Jude in the 2nd inning. They chase him after recording just 2 outs in 10 batters coming to the plate. And Alexander Hardy, the Sodbuster reliever, coming on, just throwing 1 pitch to get us to the home half of the 2nd inning. Sodbusters had some success against the starter Jacob Swallow in the bottom of the 1st inning, scoring 2 runs on a couple of doubles, and they will send up 7, 8, and 9, the bottom third of the lineup. Fred Bond Leo Sarnataro and Drew Vega, the top three for the Sodbusters here in this bottom of the second. Happy Thursday evening. This is Sodbuster Baseball on our YouTube live stream. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, bringing you all the action for this 2024 Sodbuster season. Need your help at home getting the guys back into the game. First pitch is fouled back to Fred Bond. Fred Bond, as we mentioned earlier in the broadcast, a Sodbuster 2 years ago. And he is back, and something that knew he was going to be back. Played somewhere else and said the Sodbusters was the move for him. And he struggled a bit in the spring, so looking to get back on the right horse. He'll ground it to short, and the shortstop throws over, makes the play. That's Weigel over there. Over to Polizzi at first base. And 2 pitches, retires Fred Bond for the first out of the home half of the second.
And with the credit to the Sodbusters, Alexander Hardy was actually on their 50-man roster. They just didn't tell us that he had arrived. Alexander Hardy out of Southwestern Oregon Community College. So we'll learn more about him as this day goes on. Welcome to summer baseball.
Excellent. We love it. That's why we do it, folks. Now, Leo Sarnataro bats and slashes the first pitch out of play down the line. Leo Sarnataro, a redshirt freshman, one of another handful of Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys, hails from Scottsdale, Arizona. He only appeared in 6 games for the Wonder Boys this spring, but he did get his first hits in just 2 at-bats, so 500 average in the spring. That's pretty darn good if you don't tell somebody how many at-bats they have. But he's down in the count, 0-2 on the foul tip fastball from Jacob Swallow. See what the lefty comes up with. Way ahead in the count. The awkward wind. That one's inside. The Zap thought they had strike 3 there. But it's too far inside, and that's what Swallow asked to make sure if it was inside, and that is the answer he receives. Beautiful day at Duncan Field, and had 2 picture-perfect days for the first 2 days of baseball here. 74 degrees. Currently at the ballpark. 1-2 and grounded foul down the left side, and Ole pass Jules Skipper. We will do the 1-2 strike count once again. Kind of the first day of organized practice on Memorial Day. Had kind of a little team meeting. We're all down there, and GM owner Scott Galush actually name dropped Leo there. Told everybody to come with him with problems. There's a strikeout. Sarnataro is struck out. Specifically, if somebody has a problem with Leo or vice versa or anything, let me know. So Scott and Leo, and obviously Scott Galusha, GM and owner, has such a strong connection with the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys. Gets plenty of them every season.
They don't give him problems.
Nope. They will, but Scott will give him problems right back and a lot bigger ones. First pitch now to Drew Vega. The last hope for the Sodbusters to extend the inning is strike 1. Vega, the starting left fielder, made a nice catch to end the first inning. And the top of the first for the Sodbusters, part of a scoreless inning, but OAHE with 5 in the second, so they lead it 5-2. Fouled back. Now 1 strike away from a 1-2-3 inning for the OAHE starter, Jacob Swallow. Again, a Northwestern College guy, the NAIA Northwestern College. They finished just above the Hastings College Broncos in the NAIA standing, down near the edge. Neither team made the postseason. Chopped foul, and that's going to be staying alive for Drew Vega. Vega, want to guess where he's from? Well, if you guess the trusty Arkansas Tech, you would be right as well. He's also a freshman and did not play for the Wonder Boys this season. Hails from Dardanelle, Arkansas. Dardanelle. 0-2 pitch. Breaking ball stays high, and Vega takes it. Sodbusters debuting their black uniforms this season. Mainly saw them with the green and gold last season. And, of course, OAHE in your Savannah Banana Yellow unis here at Duncan Field. The 1-2 pitch once again. Vega spoils it again, stays alive.
If I know Scott Galusha, these may go in the fire after this game if it keeps going this way. But he pays the bills. He's not going to burn a whole bunch of uniforms.
Scott would probably do just about anything to make a point, I would think. That does seem a little extreme. You're right. Very clean black uniforms, in my opinion. 1-2 to Vega. This time not in play. Thought that one had the inside of the bag. It did not. Now if I'm skipper Jamie Habiger, I'm telling the right side of the infield, stick to that line there, boys. He's probably going to put it there. Vega's now fouled off 4 pitches in this at-bat, and 3 of them have gone to that right side. Again, the 1-2 from Swallow. Breaking ball, and Vega spits on it. Excellent eye there as he watches that all the way into the turf for ball 2. The Zap center fielder Phillips is playing very, very shallow for the batter Vega. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs, bottom of the 2. Grounded up the middle. Over to his left is the shortstop Weigel. Collects, throws over, and another scoop at first base by Polizzi for the final out of the inning. Man, wonder what flavor that scoop is that time. That one, get him in an ice cream shop. Polizzi is showing off the glove work at first base. No runs, no hits, nobody left. A perfect 1-2-3 inning for OAHE, who holds the 5-2 lead after inning number 2. We'll give myself a break, and we'll turn it over to Steve Stein after this.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
5-2 after the 2 innings of play. Sodbusters back out on the mound with our new mystery man, Alexander Hardy, that Steve Stein able to dig up some dirt on Mr. Hardy, and Steve's got you for the next couple of innings. Steve, what do you know?
No dirt. He's just probably a good young man out of Cheyenne East High School. He went to Southwestern Oregon Community College, did not play in the spring. That's all we know. And he is couldn't have had a better start for the Hastings Sodbusters. Comes in, throws 1 pitch, gets 1 out. Will take another inning just like that, buddy. Welcome to the team. Alexander Hardy, the left-hander against a left-handed batter. So get an opportunity to see Mason Lang step in. He's the catcher for OAHE. As what a rough go for Mr. Juden there in that second inning, as a 5-run frame coming through for OAHE, as it is actually Andrew Phillips at the plate. Phillips with a 1-0 count his way as he stands in the left-handed box. Lefty-lefty matchup. Phillips the first time drew a walk like many of his teammates that past inning. 3-hit batsman also hurt Juden. Here's a bouncing ball. It's off the face of Printer, and reaching first base is going to be Andrew Phillips, and you hope that Printer's okay. Turf usually has the nice clean hop, but he went to his backhand side, and I think that caught him square in the nose, and he has blood coming out. Man, oh man, it has been a rough couple of innings now for the Sodbusters, as he was trying to go to his right, tried for the backhand, and was not expecting that hop. Ugh.
Yeah, that one, I mean, as best you can do is try the backhanded stop there. Looks like it actually hit him on the heel of the glove and then hit up and smacked him in the nose. And yeah, you can see, I mean, hate to add insult to injury, but yeah, Josh Printer looks a little bit like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer right now. As that one, That one stinks, and Printer's going to have to get some attention here. But you feel for the kid, and it's one place you don't want to get hits. I mean, that one right there, it just feels awkward. Like, it just feels wrong. Like getting punched in the nose. I don't know about you, Steve. How many times you got punched in the face as a young lad?
I deserved it a lot. Didn't really happen a whole lot. I was such a little guy. They felt bad about, really slugging me, even though I was a smart aleck and probably had it coming. But unfortunate for Josh Printer, as we have a little bit of a delay here. A really good first inning, a rough second inning as the Sodbusters scored 2 runs in their half. Delgado with the walk, Printer with a double, and then a 2-run double for Jack Borgman to bring home both runs. OAHE follows that up with 5 runs on just 3 hits. Sodbusters issued 3 walks and had 3 hit batsmen in the frame, so it was a really rough inning for Dalton Juden, who works only an inning and 2/3, 51 pitches thrown, and certainly not plan A today for the Hastings Sodbusters here to begin a 4-game homestand after the brief 1-game homestand of the day off, or technically do we call it a 5-game homestand with the day off in between. One way or the other, you got 4 straight here, and hoping for a good start today. It just did not happen. And we're back to it now. Printer is shaking that off, still playing the shortstop spot as a right-handed batter is up there for the OAHE Zap, the person of Braden Byram stands the right-handed box, and the pitch is a little bit high. Throw down to first. Nothing happening there as we see Phillips back in safely for OAHE. The Zap 5 runs on now 4 hits. The Sodbusters 2 runs on 2 hits. Try to put a few zeros on the board and let the offense come back. Alexander brings home the pitch, or I should say Hardy brings home the pitch. Alexander Hardy. That pitch is taken upstairs, 2 balls and a strike. OAHE with the yellow jerseys, yellow pants, white numbers. Throw over to first, and a very small lead there for Andrew Phillips as Braden Byram at the plate was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded on an 0-2 count to add insult to injury. Dalton was trying to minimize, and it just did not happen for Dalton Juden today. Another throw to first. Sodbusters, their first baseman, Jack Borgman, holding the runner on. And the pitch. Bouncing ball right side, a slow roller. Borgman will throw to second for 1. They try to get it over to first. It bounces away, but no chance for advancement. Good hustle over there for the Sodbusters as they got Hardy to the bag. It goes 3-6 to get the force play, and a runner at first now and 1 out. But a great job for Borgman going toward the second base bag and made the throw there to Printer.
Absolutely. Borgman knew right off the bat that he had a chance to charge and get the hop that he wanted. If he waits on that, that is a play there where that's going to go an in-between hop, and it's going to cause a whole lot of commotion. Not only Borgman able to get an out, but the lead out. And a little bit surprised to see Byram maybe not stretch that out into second base. Looked like it did get a little far enough away that he could have advanced, but to no avail.
As batting now will be Emiliano Curiel. Curiel, a bases loaded walk, his first time up. 5-2. The OAHE Zap on top of the Hastings Sodbusters. Top half of inning number 3. Scheduled 9-inning game with the wind blowing in here at Duncan Field. And no threat of storms at this point, which is good news. Swing and a miss at a high hard one. Good pitch there from Alexander Hardy. Cheyenne East High School graduate. Getting his first pitching opportunity for the Hastings Sodbusters. Just arrived, and he is in the lineup probably earlier than he expected out of Southwestern Oregon Community College. Hard hit ball toward the right side. It's going to be picked up by Borgman. He'll step on the bag and then keep it. Good, smart play there. Get the out. If you have a chance to throw it to second, that's a bonus. But he gets the 3 unassisted there on Curiel, and Weigel will come to the plate.
With that tall frame from Borgman at first, just an excellent job to stay down on it, knock it down, and give yourself a chance to get at least 1 out. And, yeah, 1 pitch away from getting out of this inning.
Try to put a 0 on the board, give that Sodbuster offense a chance to come back. You feel like the talent level pretty similar between these two teams. The Sodbusters with an early hole here against the OAHE Zap, a team they beat 6 out of 9 times last year. Pitch fouled away. No balls and a strike on Brandon Weigel. Weigel really scuffling in the early going, but he gets an RBI single. That was just his second hit in 16 at-bats for the summer. And oh goody, it happens against the Hastings Sodbusters. And it was a large hit to keep the freight train rolling in that second inning. 5 runs on the board as 11 came to the plate. Good stop on a pitch in the dirt as Bond able to keep that one in front, keep that runner at second base. As Byram reaching on the fielder's choice, advancing on the ground out from Curiel, and now Weigel, the number 9 hitter, trying to keep it going here for the OAHE Zap. 1-1 the count. Hardy brings home the pitch, and it's high and outside for ball 2. 2 balls and a strike on Weigel. OAHE looking for its second win of the year. They won their second game after losing their opener to Fremont. Beat the Moo 9-5 back on the 24th. Then lost 2 more to Fremont before falling to Spearfish. That on Tuesday. They had the travel day yesterday and in town for a quick 2-game series before the Hastings Sodbusters host the Nebraska Prospects. Pitch in the turf. Good block there for Baum, but it's 3-1 now on the number 9 hitter, Brandon Weigel. And it's a guy who's hitting under 100 coming into today. You want to throw strikes. 3-1 pitch. Popped up. Short center field. Doesn't look like it's going to be any issue for Alexio Delgado, and he's got it, and that ends the frame. But a good job for Alexander Hardy to put a 0 on the board after OAHE gets 5 runs in the second. 2.5 innings in the books. It's 5-2 Zap. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
This is Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the bottom half of inning number 3. Hastings getting 2 runs in the first. OAHE counters with 5 runs in the second. We'll see what the top of the order can get done. There's that top of the order all in the lineup in the season opener, and they looked a little more comfortable. Probably a few jitters for the guys seeing their first action, and Joel Skipper here, this first 5 games, going to pretty much play everybody. Give everybody an opportunity to see what they can do, and then after the first couple of weeks, you figure out who your dudes are, and those may be the guys you go with the majority of the time. Alexio Delgado tries to get things started. He had a leadoff walk, a stolen base, and came around to score on the RBI double for Jack Borgman. It's Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta, as the left-hander Jacob Swallow back atop the hill for the OAHE Zap. Winds and delivers, and first pitch swinging is Delgado, and it's a pop-up on the infield, and this should not be a problem, and it is not for Vince Polizzi, who's looked really good digging the ground, digging the low throws, and doesn't have any problem with the pop-up, 1 up, 1 down here in the third. That'll bring to the plate Josh Printer. Printer had the lone run batted in for the Sodbusters in the 6-1 setback to Fremont on Tuesday, and he starts things very successfully today following the Delgado walk with a double, setting up second and third for Borgman's double. Pitch is looped toward right field, could be trouble, that will fall. It's a multi-hit game for Josh Printer here in his first 2 at-bats, and there's a 1-out base runner for Hastings with Sawyer Duddleston coming to the plate.
Printer picking up where he kind of left off last season with the Sodbusters, who mentioned his spring struggles, but so far at the plate looks good, and even with getting plunked in the face by a batted ball last inning. Still able to get balls in play.
Sawyer Duddleston steps to the plate now, struck out looking his last time up against Swallow, and he takes outside for ball one, 1 ball and no strikes on one of the several Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys, guy who hit .366 for the Sodbusters in 2022. Followed that up with a really good season for the Wonder Boys, but really struggled this past year for Arkansas Tech. Runner goes. The pitch is a strike. The throw down to second. Nowhere close to being in time. And the Sodbusters get their second stolen base in the early going. Runner in scoring position, 1 out as Josh Printer swipes the bag for the Hastings Sodbusters, a guy who had 11 stolen bases last summer for Hastings.
It's a guy right there that's not afraid of the left-hander on the mound. Went on first move, and look at him dancing around second. He wants third.
Pitch is going to be on the inside corner at the knees, and I don't think Duddleston's going to be happy with that one either. He did not agree with the called third strike in the first inning, and now he's going to have to battle here down 1-2. You mentioned it. There wasn't a whole lot of attention being paid by Swallow to Printer. Printer may have had an opportunity to steal third. He's got a little smaller lead this time. Does sneak away. He will go. Here's the pitch. It is lined to left field. That's trouble. That is going to fall for a hit. Printer rounds third. He will score, and Sawyer Duddleston has an RBI single, and the Sodbusters are back to within 2. It's 5-3.
Well, yep. He did take advantage of the inattention by the pitcher Swallow and took off, and even if he doesn't steal there, that ball far enough in the gap, he can easily score. But how about the at bat by Sawyer Duddleston with 2 strikes on him? Gets the pitch he wants and too far in the zone for Swallow and puts it in. Busters making it interesting here in the third.
Good early returns for Sawyer Duddleston. I mentioned the fact that he struggled in the spring. He has hits in each of his first 2 Sodbuster games. 1 for 3 the other day, now 1 for 2 today. And here's Jack Borgman for the Hastings Sodbusters, who has the big hit in the game so far. After a multi-hit contest against Fremont when he went 2 for 4, had the 2-run double back in the first. The Sodbusters trailing it now 5-3. Bottom half of inning number 3. 2 in the first, 1 in the third for Hastings against the OAHE Zap. Left-hander brings it. This ball hit pretty well, but now it's going to hang up in the wind, and coming on to make the catch will be Andrew Phillips. When that came off the bat, I thought it had a little bit of legs under it, but no. And it's a looping liner that's the second out of the inning, and retreating to first to be Sawyer Duddleston with a runner aboard and 2 outs. Here's Luke Ray. Grounded to short his first time up. Sodbusters trying to keep it going. The hits are even at 4, but OAHE taking advantage of some wildness for Sodbuster pitching in inning number 2 to score 5 runs. They lead it 5-3 as the pitch a little bit low to Luke Ray for Hastings. Another Arkansas Tech Wonder Boy. Had a hit against Fremont. Scored the run in that 6-1 setback on Tuesday. That on the RBI sac fly from Josh Printer. Yeah, you can almost, if you have to guess on a college for the Hastings Sodbusters, throw out Arkansas Tech, there's a decent chance. That's kind of been a nice pipeline. Very good working relationship. Plus the color schemes work out well. You want to wear your Arkansas Tech stuff, a lot of green. Hastings Sodbusters are green. So that's not why they choose the guys to come from there, but hey, it works out well.
Could be. Could be a factor.
1 ball, 1 strike, 2 outs. Sodbusters down 5-3. Runner goes. The pitch is taken for a strike. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. And the Sodbusters running at will here so far against Mason Lang. Runner in scoring position and 2 outs. And we'll see if Ray can bring him home. 1-2 the count on Luke Ray.
From my perspective, it almost seems like Swallow has a very quick motion when he's delivering to home plate. If he's picking off to first, he kind of hangs that leg up there. So the Sodbusters may have picked up on that and are able to get a read on him to steal those bases.
Can they take advantage of that stolen base? Pitch low into the dirt. A good stop there from Lang to keep the runner from going from second to third. Sawyer Duddleston is runner at second base. And now it will be a quick visit here from the catcher, Mason Lang, to his left-handed pitcher, Jacob Swallow. The Zap lost their opener to Fremont 6-4, then won 9-5. They out-hit Fremont 11-9 in a 6-3 loss. Then fell to the Fremont again. Fremont moved 6-4 before falling to Spearfish in their most recent outing 2 days ago. That was a Score of 10-6. They had 11 hits in that contest, but gave up 15. Conference is over. 2-2 pitch on the way. Bouncing ball back up the middle. Nice hop for the shortstop. Throw to first. In time. And the Sodbusters will settle for one. It's a good job there for Brandon Weigel to gun down Luke Ray. Sodbusters get a run on 2 hits. We head to the 4th inning. It's OAHE 5, Hastings 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner, a friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the 4th. Alexander Hardy out for his 2nd full inning of work. He's pitched an inning and a third so far. He's done a really nice job for this Hastings Sodbuster team. Kind of settling the ship after a rough start for Dalton Juden. Juden goes an inning and 2/3, allowing 5 earned runs. Has 3 hit batsmen, 2 walks in his outing today to go along with the strikeout. It's the top of the order, the guy who is the beer batter, so you're going to hear Hastings fans get all over Buck Swabe. Swabe's 0 for 2 as he has a pop-up to the shortstop and a fly out to right. His first 2 at-bats today as Hardy, the left-hander, brings it. Big swing, no contact, no balls, and a strike on Buck Snabes. The OAHE Zap. 1-4, the Hastings Sodbusters 0-1. Everybody else has played more games so far than Hastings as far as the full-time teams in this league. Bouncing ball to the left side, knocked down by the third baseman. Throw in time. How about that? Hastings Sodbusters welcome to the team Leo Sarnataro as he was able to knock it down, get to his feet, and throw a strike to Jack Borgman, who had to extend his frame to make that catch. That's a nice play all the way around.
Put a star by that in the scorebook, and even if, I'm going to say, you got to give credit to Borgman at first base too, because with his tall frame too, maybe has that extra inch of stretch in his frame there, and that might have been the deciding factor as that one bang, bang at first place, and the Sodbusters get the out there. What a play.
And now it's going to be Jackson Mix. So we have seen really fun infield play over the first 2 games. The early returns have been really nice at third base, just at third base. With Dino Morales, who started the other day, and Sarnataro. What a first great chance for him. Really, the infield all the way around has looked mighty fine through the first game plus for this Hastings Sodbuster team. 5-3 the score. OAHE on top. Jackson Mix up there. He struck out twice his first 2 at-bats, and the pitch bounces in there. Count goes to 2 balls and a strike on Jackson Mix.
You can hear the train going by. It's so excited that the Sodbusters are back at Duncan Field. That's screaming in delight.
That pitch across for strike, 2-2, as Alexander Hardy getting some good relief innings here, and we believe he's got family in the stands here as we see a Hardy jersey with a little Southwestern Oregon jersey, we believe, as well. Pitch called strike 3, and Mix, he has been muttering to the home plate umpire throughout the course of this game. He has now struck out 3 times, twice looking, and he heads to the dugouts, and that will bring to the plate Leandro Guevara, the designated hitter.
The hat trick for Mix. 3 punchies.
Pitch outside for ball 1 on Guevara. Guevara line outs. Then he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded. Here's the pitch. That's just missing. 2 balls and no strikes. That HBP brought home a run back in the 2nd inning as the Sodbusters just had a heck of a time getting out number 1, much less outs number 2 and 3. It's now 3-0 on Guevara. Guevara, a Kentucky Christian Knight in the spring, hit .293. And he is coming off a 4-hit game at his last outing. Take strike 1. So there's a reason he is in the 3-hole. As how about the start for Leandro Guevara? 8 out of 15 coming into today with a home run, 2 doubles, 4 runs batted in, and 2 runs scored. And half of his 8 hits came against Spearfish the other day. A double, an RBI, and a run scored. Watches it go by for a ball here. So a base runner now with 2 outs for the OAHE Zap. They lead it 5-3. Here's Vince Polizzi. Outstanding first baseman. He has shown nice glove work so far, as he singled and was also hit by a pitch. Pitch taken for a strike, no balls and a strike. Polizzi scored a run back in that 5-run second. That's the difference in the game, 5-3. Soundbusters have 2 in the first, 1 in the third. That 5-run frame for the Zap, the difference in this one. But the Soundbusters still plenty of time to come back, so we have 2/3 of a game to go. Pitch is bounced to the left side. Printer has it go underneath his glove, and there are runners at first and second with 2 outs. And how much of that? Are you a little gun shy? He tried to make that same play earlier, tried for the backhand. It bounced off his glove and up into his nose. And it looks like the Hastings Sodbusters are going to be given their first error, this one on Josh Printer. Tough chance.
I want to say that one, I mean, being a broadcaster shortstop up here, trying to see it in his eyes, that one did look like it was going to take a hop, and he looked like he was playing the hop there and just laid it too, and you can tell Printer is none too happy with himself there, because that is a play that Josh feels like he definitely should have made.
The scoreboard shows error, but game changer. Andy is calling that a single, so we will go with the official scoring there and give Polizzi a single, even though Printer thought he should have had it. Bouncing ball back up the middle. The Soundbusters have it. They'll go 4-6 on the putout anyway, so it doesn't matter as Luke Ray gets it over to Printer, and that retires OAHE with no damage done. No runs, a hit, 2 men left. We head to the bottom half of inning number 4. It's OAHE 5, Hastings 3. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
We bring you Sodbuster Baseball. Hastings trails it by a score of 5-3. Heck of a job pitching for Alexander Hardy. Hardy coming in and now working 2 1/3 innings of relief, throwing 31 pitches so far for this Hastings Sodbuster team. 19 of those have been strikes, and a correction to the correction of the scoring as they have adjusted it again. And we will give Polizzi a reach on an error, and the error does go in the column of Printer, who certainly thought he should have gotten it, but one way or the other, Sodbusters and Zap each have 4 hits apiece. Hastings with the only error, but plenty of opportunities for Hastings to come back as they've got Sato Ban and Sarnataro up to face Jacob Swallow's done a really nice job. 54 pitches thrown so far in this one, and he has been able to hold Hastings to 3 runs so far. As Swallow, he came into this game, no record, but a 4.5 ERA. He'd thrown 4 innings, allowing 2 runs on 3 hits, striking out 5 and walking 4. So getting his second opportunity of the year, and he's keeping his team very much a part of it. As we see Yamato Sato, who popped up to the shortstop his first time up on his first pitch. So this pitch is a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes on Yamato. Love the uniforms for the Sodbusters. Mentioned the dark jerseys today with the gold numbers. Very easy to read for old broadcasters like me. 5-3 the score. OAHE with the lead. Pitch swung on and missed. Sato may have gone after ball 1. And 1-1 the count on Yamato Sato, as able to catch Scott Galusha in a weak moment. There's been a recruiter from Japan who's called Scott quite a bit. Didn't know if he was really ready to pull the trigger on bringing somebody from that far away from home. But he had just lost a catcher. The guy calls, have you got a catcher? So watch some film on him, and lo and behold, Yamato Sato got on a plane that is in the United States in Hastings, Nebraska. And did he think he would be coming here? Probably not.
I wouldn't either.
Where is Nebraska? 1-2 pitch. Bouncing ball foul. Remains 1 ball and 2 strikes on Yamato Sato. And what a courageous thing for that young man to do. Doesn't speak hardly any English. He's got his phone next to him all the time.
Yep.
Yeah, it's such a cultural change. And for him to have the courage to do that, and he's always got a smile on his face, just enjoying the experience. And hopefully he has a fun summer here on the Plains. 1-2 pitch is on the way. Just misses. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Swallow thought he had strike 3 and just misses on the borderline pitch. Swallow, you wonder if he's near the end of his day because he put so much into every pitch. Even though he is just now coming out in his 60th pitch, he just seems like every pitch could be his last. You could see his shoulders moving with the exertion. Throws this one just a little bit low, and it's 3-2. Sato's worked it full here for the Hastings Sodbusters. First man batting here in the bottom half of inning number 4. 5-3, OAHE on top. Payoff pitch coming for Swallow. Sato spoils that one, fouls it down the right field line. A long run, but no chance there for Curiel. And it remains 3-2. 7th pitch of the at-bat coming up to Yamato Sato.
Well, he got some good contact on that one. That foul ball went a long way, so it's just a fact of can he time up that pitch there and put it in play? If he can, he could make some damage, it looks like.
Another 3-2 pitch coming up for Swallow. Swing and a miss. Good job there for Swallow to hang with it, and Sato likely going after ball 4 there. He's down on strikes, and that will bring to the plate Fred Bond. Fred Bond was going to go to the University of Kansas out of high school, but a coaching change changed his plans at that time. And Fred went to Scottsdale Community College. The Artichokes.
No.
Yes.
The Artichokes?
Yes. That's the Scottsdale Community College Artichokes. He's finished his playing time there. He'll be looking for another school to play at, hopefully with just as fun a mascot. 1 ball and no strikes to count on Fred Bond, who grounded to the shortstop his first time up. Fred Bond played for the Sodbusters back in 2022, and good to have him back in the fold, as he called Scott, wanted to come, and that's really special when you got guys calling and wanting to play here who have enjoyed the experience their first time. Foul ball off the bat of Bond. Sodbusters stacked pretty good at catcher. They've got a lot of guys who can do that, and you want to have plenty of catchers for summer ball because you just never know. Games nearly every day, you could lose catchers in a hurry.
And we saw that last season, too.
1 ball and 1 strike. Bond, fly ball right field. Starting out, coming back in, no problem there for Emiliano Curiel. And there are 2 quick outs here in the 4th inning. 5-3, OAHE leads it.
And like you mentioned about the catcher problems, I mean, pretty early on in the season, Zach Vital, he got knocked in the head by a bat, and that made him not able to catch for the rest of the season. Nick Jones, also a catcher, but he kind of just slipped into the designated hitting role, so you'd probably have 8 catchers on the team if you really wanted to in the summer baseball.
Leo Sarnataro steps to the plate now. He struck out his first time up. Leo, starting third baseman today, made an amazing play, diving to his left to knock down a ball, got up and threw out The guy at first. Sarnataro watches this one go by. Outside for ball 2. Sodbusters trying to battle back here. They took an early 2-0 lead, gave up a 5 spot in the second, got one back in the third. We're still in the 4th inning. Still some time for this Hastings Sodbuster team. Hits are even at 4 apiece. Sodbusters looking for a base runner here in the home half of the 4th. Pitch is missing, and it's off the glove of Lang, who watches that one go up the right side and gets a teammate to go out and chase it down for him. As Ben Ersfield out of the dugout to help out for this yellow-clad OAHE Zap. Got a lot of uniform combos, talking to their baseball operations guy. 3-0 the count. Sarnataro standing in. Pitch right across for strike, and catcher having a tough time. Lang, that's the second one that just bounced off his glove. It's unfortunate for the Sodbusters. They don't have anybody on base. They could have been moving guys. They feel like if they can get base runners, they have not had any difficulty in stealing bases. Swallow brings home the 3-1 pitch. It's inside. The Sodbusters have a 2-out base runner in the person of Leo Sarnataro. Sarnataro, another one of the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys. Arkansas Tech, another good year for them. They went 38-20, made an NCAA Division II regional. And here comes Drew Vega, another teammate from the Arkansas Tech area. Didn't play in the spring. Vega in his first at bat for the Sodbusters, grounded to the shortstop. 1 on, 2 out. Sodbusters down 5-3. Throw over the first. A small lead there for Sarnataro, but if he has gotten the scouting report from the dugout, you feel like he may be taking off here and trying to get into scoring position. We'll see how it goes.
Well, it looked like he was leaning on the pitch, almost like wanting to throw, and maybe he's doing it again just to, I think he's doing that just to draw a throw over, and now you think, oh, you're not going to do it for a third time. Maybe take one pitch and then take off there, but I mean, with the move, it seems like the Sodbusters understand what the move is for Swallow over to first.
Not a huge lead for Sarnataro. He is not going, and they throw over as they are getting a perfect read on him because we haven't really seen anybody leaning the wrong way on that throw over to first. A lot of times left-handers can be very deceptive, but the Sodbusters have not had any issues to this point in terms of getting potentially picked off. Pitch is taken for a strike. Now, Sarnataro was leaning back toward first when the pitch came, so he did not have a good read on that delivery home from Jacob Swallow. 0-1 the count on Drew Vega. The wheels are turning here in the 4th. Sodbusters try to get a 2-out rally going. Runner at first and the throw back to first. That time we did see Sarnataro leaning and the throw over to first. He had to hustle back, still standing up, so it wasn't in jeopardy of getting picked off, but certainly doesn't have the truest of reads of Swallow at this point. Runner goes. The pitch. Bounced back up the middle. Second baseman recovers, throws to first in time, trying to hit it to the open spot, but a good job for Buck Snabes to reverse his course, go from his right to his left, and throw out Drew Vega. It's 5-3 as we head to the 5th inning, and this is Sodbuster Baseball.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot, and sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
Head of the 5th inning, the Sodbusters trail it by a score of 5-3. Once again, here's Ryan Valenta.
Watch out, folks. We got another new arm on the mound for the Sodbusters. Third guy of the day is going to be the York University senior Dino Morales. He got the start at third base on Tuesday, but we are going to see him on the bump now. We'll see what he's got to offer. Morales is a Panama native, and he only played in the senior season for York last year. He was with the team in 2023, but did not play. So Dino's going to get an opportunity on the mounds. We're now joined in the booth by general manager owner Scott Galusha, who's been in the dugout for the past couple of 4 innings.
Yeah,
Scott, what you been seeing down there today?
Well, Joel just said, I'd like to have another pair of eyes down there for the first couple games and see if you see the same things I see. Get to know the guys a little bit. So
yep.
Nice to be down there. It's fun.
All right.
Happy place.
I had to say, so that we got the 5-run inning for OAHE, which was kind of the meltdown inning, and unfortunately Dalton couldn't make it out of that. But otherwise, smooth sailing since then.
Yeah.
I mean, just what's kind of been the vibe in the dugout so far tonight?
Well, first of all, you know, we just got these guys here a couple days ago, and so the thing I really like is they're a bunch of good guys, and they all seem to get along. They're all talking, which is what we want to see. You know, I thought we played pretty well Tuesday. Didn't come out the right way. And today, you know, Dalton just lost it, and we couldn't get it back, and he'll be better than that. But they didn't earn a lot of the things they did, and we did a nice job getting back in the game. But we just need to have – we're still a little nervous at the plate. We don't have the right approach right now, but we'll get it figured out.
Dino Morales.
Dino.
He's got 2-ball, no count, or 2-ball, no strike counts to the first place hitter, Andrew Phillips. We've got 6, 7, 8, and 9 potentially due up for OAHE. Now 3 balls and no strikes. Dino's got some life on that fastball. Looks like we've got 90 on the gun here, according to our little flight scope here.
Yeah, that's about right. Dino was supposed to play for us last year, and then decided that he was going to stay in Panama last summer, which is fine. And Scully, an old player of ours, Trenton Scully, he's a coach now at York, said he wants to play this time. So I said, okay, is he going to be here? And so, yeah, so we're happy to have Dino. Dino is a legitimate two-way guy. I mean, he played third base last night and looked really good there.
Oh, that doesn't look good right there. That's
no.
Luke Ray out at second, had it in his glove, but thought about getting it over to first too quickly before securing it. So that is going to be the second error on the Sodbusters, and E4 allowing Andrew Phillips to reach.
Yeah, that just can't happen. Just a lack of concentration there a little bit. Thought he had it, and you know, sometimes you just take it a little too nonchalant, and you got to get that. You got to make a play first, and so Luke's a real good defensive player, so that's not going to happen very often, and he'll learn from it. It's no big deal, but we know they're going to run, and that one was stolen on Dino.
And yeah, no look over by Morales, and no offer by Fred Bond behind the plate. So easily stealing the bases, Andrew Phillips. And we told you, didn't play for South Dakota State last season, but in his senior year in high school, he was 44 for 45 in stolen bases. So definitely a threat to run there. And OAHE trying to add to their lead. It's Braden Byram at the plate. He is 0 for 1. He's been hit by a pitch, and he scored the 4th run in the dreaded 5th inning, or the 2nd inning, and then he reached on a fielder's choice in the 4th. Morales gets the swing and the miss there on the heater of a fastball, 2 balls and 1 strike.
I think he was the one that we hit on an 0-2 pitch.
It was.
Yeah, and so you know, we hit a guy on an 0-2 pitch, hit 3 guys, and then we gave up 2 0-2 singles. And so those things, one of them was a good at bat, and the kid did a nice job going the other way with it, but the other one was just middle, and we just can't make those mistakes. And at this level, if you make those mistakes, you're going to be in trouble. So,
swing and a miss by Byram, 2 balls and 2 strikes. So, getting our first look at Dino Morales. Like we mentioned, the guy from Panama, and with him not playing for spring ball last season for York and electing to stay. And the pitch is in the dirt. Going on the pitch is Phillips, and he's going to have another stolen base as that one gets away. So maybe they'll score that as a wild pitch. But now 3-ball and 2 count strike.
I think we should. I think he was going before the wild pitch. So I think he's going to get a stolen base there.
There we go.
Not that it matters, but statistically, I think that's what he gets.
Full counts to Byram. He spoils it and goes out of play. But, I mean, so far in the season, a little bit of a difference. I mean, if you think back to last season, it was just mainly Fremont at the start of the season and then a bit of the prospects. But getting to see OAHE earlier, didn't get to see OAHE as there's called strike 3 Byram caught looking, and the first strikeout is a sodbuster for Dino Morales.
That's the first breaking ball we saw, and that started off on the inside part of the plate and froze him. And if you haven't seen it before, that's going to get you. That was a knee buckler. Good pitch by Dino.
Oh, when you're potentially expecting 90 to come at you, that one starts right at you and drops in there. There's not much you can do there. The next batter is Emiliano Curiel. And Curiel, he is 0 for 1. He has walked in a run in the second inning and grounded out to first base in the fourth inning. But now this is the time of the day. It's a little bit of a cloudy, but if the sun was still fully out, outfielders kind of having a little bit of trouble with
especially
it.
Left. Yeah, left field is so difficult out here, Ryan. It just the sun is just going to be in that, and it's the way the stands are built on well, both sides, but in this situation, the first base side just gives you look right through the opening and get the sun. It's very difficult to play left field here.
No balls, 2 strikes to Curiel. Tried to dot the fastball. That one just misses a little bit too far outside, according to home plate umpire Deshaun Schott. Absolutely.
I think that ball was out, but it was a good location for sure.
You'll get a swing and a miss on that more often than not, usually.
Fastball up, I think.
The 1-2. There's the fastball, and Curiel sprays that down the line foul. Still the same guys in for the Sodbusters, even with their starting shortstop Josh Printer taking one off of the face.
He got that right on the tip of his nose is where he got that one. It went right up his arm and got him right in the nose.
Just the worst, one of the worst spots to get hit. Breaking ball right back where it came from into center field. That's a base hit and an RBI for Emiliano Curiel. And coming home to score is Andrew Phillips. And OAHE now leads at 6-3.
Again, not great contact, but hit in the right spot. Pretty good pitch. Got it in on him a little bit, but he was able to power it or strength with a little bit of power, get it right up the middle. And unfortunately, we were playing in the hole, which we should have been. But again, that's another not overly hard hit ball that is successful against us. And we've seen a lot of that so far in just a couple nights. Really, 9-14 innings. We've had too many soft contacts that are going against us. And the one thing that's nice is in a 53-game season or whatever it is, it's 1,051. Seems like forever for us.
Exactly.
But it'll all even out. So we'll get some of those as we get going. Right now we're on the wrong side of some of those soft hits, but we'll get it cleaned up.
And we did let the people know about what you told us before the game. The 10 hardest hits on Tuesday all came from the Sodbusters.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, only 1 run to show for it, and the 6 runs for Fremont.
Yeah, those 4 runs, those were Marcus Miller surely deserved better than what he got, and they got 4 runs, and they only hit one good at bat or 1 solid contact. And again, they still count, and they're all good at bats, but just we had four soft contacts hits, and that led to 4 runs, and the other 2 were Wobbs got a little wild when he got a little nervous when he got here, and he'll be much better than that. But so we were able to minimize that pretty good for as many guys as we walked that inning. It was okay, but unfortunately, it just didn't go our way that night. But statistically, we made 1 error. We had a little communication error on the mound on that little pop-up. But other than that, we played solid defense and didn't walk that many guys other than that 1 inning. So really, a lot of things we did good. We just didn't end up on the right side of the score.
2 balls, 2 strikes to Brandon Weigel. Dino Morales facing his 4th batter of the inning. And like you mentioned, Scott, walks were just the killer of the Sodbuster pitching staff last season. And it took last night until the 6th inning to issue a base on ball. So that was a positive spot last night, not the same this night. 2-2 grounded to the left side. That's just foul past the reach of Leo Sarnataro. And I was going to ask you, too, now that I think about Leo, you have a connection with Leo. I remember the first game or the first practice, you were saying if anybody's got a problem or if anybody doesn't like Leo, you picked on him specifically.
Yeah, no, I just happened to be just talking to him. So I just picked somebody out randomly and just pull them up, and all that is good. That is beautiful baseball.
Runner goes and almost took out the runner, Curiel, but he's going to go all the way at first to third on the hit and run. It is a single into right field by Brandon Weigel, his 2nd hit of the contest, and man, that one looked like it was a heat-seeking missile right towards Curiel and is going to take him out, but it just avoids him. And Now OAHE has back-to-back hits with 1 out. And again, Curiel going first to third. Runners at the corners with 1 out. Top of the order for the beer batter, Buck Snabes. And what a name this guy has. And he would not pick anybody else for the beer batter. This
well,
is the
he's
guy.
a teammate of a couple of our guys. As a matter of fact, we were talking to Buck quite a while about coming to play here. And it was just early in the year, and I just didn't want to give one team that many position players without having a couple pitchers. And so we found him another place to play, and I talked to him before the game, and he knows that I wanted him to play here too, but it just didn't work out. So he was good humor, and we said, hey, we're going to make you the beer batter tonight. He said, deal. So nice player. He's from Grand Valley State. We've got a couple kids from his school, and we're excited about them. Ryan Jarvis got here today.
Very nice.
Nate Master is going to throw tomorrow. Nate can do anything. Nate can catch for us. He can pitch for us. He can do a little bit of everything. So Nate's going to pitch some for us tomorrow. But Ryan Jarvis is a third baseman, probably. First baseman, maybe. But he'll be in the lineup, I'd guess, tomorrow. He just got here today.
2-1. Right on a hop, and they've got the runner hung up at third base, Curiel. They'll throw to the catcher, Bond, and they're going to have 2 guys at third base. Did he tag him?
Out.
I think they're calling him out.
Yeah.
And yes, he is out on the tag by the catcher, Bond. And that is the second out of the inning, because going to third was Brandon Weigel, so they would have had an out there regardless. But Curiel tried to dance around the tag, but he was tagged out. And reaching on the fielder's choice is Buck Snabes. So Snabes 0 for 4 as the beer batter today, but Sodbusters.
No strikeouts, so we need a strikeout for him.
Yep, that's what I was saying.
Yeah,
0 for 4 has
gotcha.
not offered to strike out yet, but yesterday the beer batter Cole Fowler, he obliged 3 of the times. Unfortunately,
that was nice.
One of them was in the last inning, so that's when the water in the drinking fountain becomes free, right?
Yep, that's right. All you need from the water fountain is free when that guy strikes out after the beer batter is closed. So that was
what
nice.
a deal.
That was
Come
nice.
out to Duncan Field.
That's
It's
right.
best deal you're ever going to get.
Yeah, Jason's pretty good at that. He likes talking about that all the time. But that was a nice play by Leo over there at third. That was a hard hit ball to the backhand. He made a nice play and knew exactly what he wanted to do with the ball. So that was a good defensive play. Saved us at least a run.
Absolutely. Runner goes to second. Bond will not throw it with the runner on third. Just kind of a flip of the coin whether teams will do that or not. I mean, if you have a gunslinger behind the plate, you absolutely want to throw through. But if you don't, then you have the risk of Weigel at third base stealing home and getting another run. That's the last thing the Sodbusters want to do. But they've got the right guy up at the plate in form of the Sodbusters right now. Jackson Mix 0 for 3, and he's gone down on strikes all 3 times, 2 of them looking.
Yeah.
And it looks like that one.
But you can look at that another way, though, Ryan. That means he's due because he's a pretty good player as well. So, yeah, we've had good luck with him tonight, and
make him the beer batter tomorrow.
Yeah, well, we already said that in the dugout. We might make him the beer batter tomorrow. But Dino hasn't thrown a lot, so this is going to get him back into throwing. And I think some of those things with holding runners and being quick to the plate, those are all things that come with some experience. And so we might have forgot a little bit of those, and they took advantage of it, which is fine. But pretty good job at minimizing there, so we can't be all too bad with as many guys they had on base. Just 1 run isn't going to hurt us.
Well, lots of traffic on the bases, but Dino does not allow a run. 2 hits for the Zap in this innings, and they leave 2, but again, no runs after the first run came on the first batter, Andrew Phillips. So does allow the 1 run, 6-3 your score after the 5th inning. And we will go and we'll see the OAHE starter again, Jacob Swallow, after this. But
he did a nice job.
Yeah, the kid, Northwestern guy, and not the Evanston guy, but the Iowa College guy. So he probably saw Hastings College or perhaps Duncan Field during the season. So maybe he even got to start on the mound.
He's most likely been here for sure. So, so it's nice. We got just about everybody here now. We got 3 or 4 guys got here yesterday. Jack Kruger and Jude Sundquist got here yesterday from South Dakota State, both pitchers. Little completely different. One guy is more of a pitcher. Not to say that he throws soft, but he's more of a pitcher. And then one of them is 95, 96, 97 from time to time.
And who's that?
So that's Jude Sundquist, throws really hard. And then Jack Kruger. Jack Kruger is more of a pitcher, but he's mid to upper 80s. And so you'll see him. I'm not sure. One of those guys is going to start on Saturday. I'm not sure which guy we're going to go with. But
So
we're
we got
excited.
a pitcher and a thrower.
Yes, that's correct.
All right.
Jude is definitely a thrower. It'll be easy to recognize because the ball sounds different coming out of his hands, but it's a max effort sort of thing too. So it's easy to see, and if you can believe that it looks like he's throwing harder than he even is, and it's 96, 97. So you do see that sometimes, but definitely there's not much left in the tank when he's throwing out there.
Sodbusters have the top of the lineup here in the home half of the 5th inning. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball. I'm Ryan Valento. We're in the booth with GM and owner Scott Galusha. And, I mean, first the 0-1 pitch, Delgado pulls back. Do we relegate you to co-owner now with the promotion of Trevor and everything
yeah,
else?
Well, yeah, it doesn't matter.
I'm just giving you a hard time.
No, you can call me anything you want. They changed my emails to president. So I'm still the face of what we do, which is pretty sad. But nonetheless, they know that I can answer the questions they need. But it's such a privilege to have not only Trevor, but Tim and Deb and Andy to all be minority owners. So it's still Brian and I, but it's nice to have those three that are taking part, that are so instrumental in us being successful for the last several years. To get them on board is really a neat thing.
If you haven't heard yet, aforementioned 4 Sodbuster staff now part owners of the Sodbuster crew here, so they will now have a stake in the team. So super cool opportunity for all 4 individuals involved. Delgado is 0 for 1 on the day. He has walked and popped out. He's going to put it in play to the right side. There's our boy Buck Snabes at second base, and he makes the play a step ahead of Delgado, who is retired to start off the 5th.
Again, indecision there. He told me today when he came and grabbed something for lunch before the game, he goes, I was surprised that I was nervous last night. And I'm like, he's a Division I kid. It's a smaller Division I kid. And so but he was nervous. And again, that was indecision there. That wasn't a full swing, and pretty easy out there at second. So we got to have some good at-bats, get back in here, scratch one across, and just kind of keep them within reach, and we should be fine in the second half of the game.
Absolutely. And like Scott mentioned, Alexiel Delgado, one of those Division I prospects on the team. He is a Carolina University guy. Of course, you got the other aforementioned South Dakota State guys.
Yep.
And here is the second-place hitter, Josh Prinner, making his
also Division I guy.
Houston Christian.
Yep.
But he struggled a bit in the spring, especially with the strikeout ball, but first 2 games for him so far have been promising. Prinner with 2 of the 4 hits, a double, scored 2 runs, and has stolen a base as well, but he is disposed of on 3 pitches by Swallow, and he strikes out for out number 2 of the home half of the 5th inning.
That was a back foot breaking ball that was thrown well there and right over the top of that. But that's, again, with Josh, we know he's a good hitter. And Josh is going to be I believe, I have to double check for sure, but I believe Josh is going to be a grad transfer that is going to come play his last year at Hastings with Joel.
Oh, that would be super nice.
That's what the plan was. I need to confirm that, but because I haven't talked to him about it for a while. But I thought it was pretty cool that he wants to come. He doesn't have any Division I eligibility left, but has 1 more year he can play, and he's going to come play for Joel at Hastings.
Here's the 3rd batter of the inning, Sawyer Duddleston, and he will go that into the second baseman, who took a wrong turn there as Snabes over there went to his right. The ball went to his left.
That looked a little weird, didn't it?
Even if he makes the right move, I'm sure that ball probably scoots by him anyways. But yes, a very odd sequence of events there. But Sawyer Duddleston with his second hit of the contest. He's now 2 for 3, and he is on with a 2-out base runner. Second time or inning in a row that Swallow on the mound has had 2 outs and not able to get the 3rd in order. And it brings up Jack Borgman, who's had a nice start to his Sodbuster career. 2 hits on Tuesday, and then a 2 RBI double in the first inning. So he's driven home 2 of the 3 runs, and a Nebraska guy. So it's good to see the Nebraska guys.
I've been really impressed with Jack for as big as he is.
Oh, yes.
he's got really good feet and really good hands. He moves well for as big a kid as he is, and just been really impressed with everything he does. And I'm an old school guy, so some guys go up there with elbow braces and gloves and a brace on their hand and brace on their shin.
For Borgman.
He's got nothing. He's got no batting gloves, no protection whatsoever. Just give me a stick and let's go get it done. And those are guys that are scary for me, but he's kind of a throwback guy and been really impressed with him thus far.
Yeah, we saw that in his first at-bat of the game. I believe I had just mentioned the no batting gloves before he promptly ripped that double into left field, and he puts a charge into one.
That's over him, too.
That's going to go send all the way to the left fielder back. It's over the head of Byram. Hitting the bag at third is Duddleston, and he will come home to score easily. A rocket for Jack Borgman, who stays red hot at the plate. Another multi-hit game. Second for him in as many games.
Yeah.
And the Sodbusters get that fifth inning run back from OAHE. It's 6-4.
Nice job, a big 2-out hit there from Jack, and that's a home run in
no doubt
any other park we play in, and that ball was charged. So they did a nice job. He made that a lot closer play than I thought when it was off the bat.
Yeah, the left fielder Braden Byram almost got to it, made an over-the-shoulder basket catch, but could not complete it. And we get word that was 98 miles off the bat of Jack Borgman. 2 doubles for the Northeast Community College product, and for the Sodbusters, who had no extra base hits yesterday, they've got 3 today.
Yeah.
There's a strike.
The hardest ball yesterday was 100.9, and that was Dino.
Oh boy!
And then Josh Printer hit the next 2 after that. So, hey, I need to say I was up here with Steve yesterday, or I can't call yesterday, which is fine. Everything runs together for me at this time of year.
It does seem like it, doesn't it?
Yeah. But anyway, I got to say hi to everybody. So I have a daughter in Albania on a mission trip. We're so proud of her. How she just loves to share her faith and does it all around the world. So that's pretty cool. My wife is in Virginia with my daughter Amanda and her new child. She's got a 3-year-old. And a newborn leaned into that a little bit, but I'll take it.
Hey, they did one too, so we're even now.
Yeah, that's right. So she's in Virginia with Jake, and I call her Bestie. She actually has a name, but the little one is
Bestie.
Yep, I call her my Bestie. The newest one, born in January. So she's with my daughter Amanda, and then my son Kenny and his family are in Omaha, and my guy is my grandson. Cal, and hopefully he's watching. Kenny came to the game the other night. That was pretty cool. And then my last daughter, Maddie, who just turned 24, she is on her way to her PhD at UMass. And so I doubt she's listening, but hopefully she'll watch a game every now and again. And if she is watching, she's going to probably cuss me out via text. But really, really happy that my family has so much support for me to spend as much time as I do out here. Matter of fact, today my wife said, "Do you know how many times you let me go to talk to Trevor?" And I said, really, that's not really done on purpose, but I know most of the things I talk to you about, I can do at any time. Usually if Trevor talks to me, it's something we have to fix. So she did make that aware for me today, so I feel a little bit bad about that. But nonetheless, I love you, and I know you're having fun with Amanda, and hope you guys are watching.
That's awesome, too. To catch you up to speed, Luke Ray hit by a pitch, so Borgman stays at second, and the Japanese product Yamato Sato, and he just gets a piece of that breaking ball that gets a piece of the catcher Lang. But we told about Sato. First off, I want to get back to as a man as your age, not calling you old or anything, but
dude, that's fine. You can call me old.
Bestie. I mean, that is something that kid in my use, and that is you remember Gabby? That's Gabby and I's nickname.
Yep,
so
yep.
Bestie, if you're listening, you and Scott, we're all on the Bestie train here.
As you probably know in your time with me.
Sato gets hit by the pitch there, and the pitcher, Swallow, not too happy, either saying that he leaned into it or he swung.
I thought he might. I mean, if we had replay, I might say he swung.
Well, they can offer out to the field umpire, but of course he's not going to change it. OAHE manager Jamie Habiger is going to come out and ask what the heck's going on.
I think I would too. Jamie, I think you just do that to protect your guys.
Of course.
He's not going to be able to see that, but if we're in a park with a replay, that might be different. But that's a tough call, especially where our umpires are. So that's a difficult one situation, one way or other. But this is a big moment for Fred.
All right.
Nice to have Fred back, and Fred played for us a couple years ago, and so we're happy to have him back. We got 2 of those guys that played for us, took a year off, and came back, and that's pretty cool.
Him and Sawyer. He takes strike 1. So it went in this inning, ground out, strikeout, and then single, double, and then 2 consecutive hit batters. So 4 have reached with 2 outs. And the Sodbusters.
Come on, Fred.
Do you believe it? They've got the tying run at second base. Fred Bond trying to get the Sodbusters back in this game. Here's the 0-1.
Atta-way, Fred. Atta-way, Fred.
Through. 1 run is in. Here comes Ray from the second base, and he scores. Tie ball game. Fred Bond goes the other way. We've got a new ball game here in Hastings. It's 6-all. Fred Bond with the 2 RBI single.
Attaboy, Freddie. You know, Freddie came here right out of high school, Ryan, and that was before your time, I know, but you know, Fred was being recruited by Kansas University, and he was real excited to be here. And right out of high school, sometimes it's a little bit of a adjustment to go against some college kids, and it didn't go wonderful for Fred. And then Kansas let go of him because their coaching staff got less, and Fred he kind of just lost his way a little bit and said, hey, I got to go home. I got to figure out where I'm going to play, figure out what I'm going to do. And so Fred left early, and I don't always love that, but Fred and I had a some nice conversations, and we knew that was best for Fred at the time. And when he called me last December and said, hey, I'd really like to come back, I thought that was really neat that Fred wanted to come back, and that was an easy decision. Real proud of that kid, and nice to see him get a big hit in a clutch situation for us.
Let's go into the opposite field, and saw the frustration from the starter, Jacob Swallow, coming off the mound, because if he gets that strike called, which very well could have been, you can be the umpire at home there, but that one not called a swing, and Yamato Sato gets hit by the pitch that brings way to Bond, and could have never been. Who knows? But now a 3-run inning.
Yeah. If I'm behind the plate, and I've done that many a times in my life, if I'm behind the plate in that situation, my gut feeling is I think he went. I think he was offering about it, and I do think the bat passed, but I'm glad we got a break because that worked out really good.
And to clear up any confusion, too, everybody can say, oh, did he swing? Did the bat do this? Did his wrist do this? That's one of the urban myths in baseball, too, is that, the bat can do this or does that. Believe it or not, swings are in umpire's discretion. The rule book officially says a swing is whether the batter struck at the pitch and missed.
Yeah, so it's
a little interesting.
They try to judge intention, which is really difficult. But, because, I guess part of you says he probably tried to hold up, and then as he was trying to turn out of the way, the bat probably moved a little bit. So that's a good break for us. And now Leo had a better at bat the first time. I think that's Leo. Yeah, it is Leo.
Leo Sarnataro will bat against the new pitcher. It's Julius Cass. Julius Cass is a freshman at Adrian College. He is a Bulldog.
Where's Adrian College? Did you look it up?
I will have to look at that in just a second here.
I've just never heard of that one.
Neither have I. It's a liberal arts college.
Yeah. By the way, I found out that Carolina University is in Winston-Salem, in case you wanted to know.
There you go.
Yep.
So the 1-0 pitch, and look out. That one buzzes the tower of Sarnataro. Adrian College in Adrian, Michigan.
Okay.
So up north, and
gotcha.
OAHE and Pierre getting a guy from up north there. But Julius Cash, the right-handed freshman, 6'3", he stands on the mound, trying to get the Zap out of the inning with at least a tie ball game. The Sodbusters have plated 3 in the 6th inning, down 6-3. They get the run back on a hit from Jack Borgman, and then a 2 RBI single from Fred Bond, and we start this ball game over again. The 3-0 pitch, Sarnataro taking all the way. Make sure he has ball 4. He does, and the bases are loaded with 2 outs, and that brings up Drew Vega.
Once a coach, always a coach. I'm looking at Joel going, tell him to take, tell him to take, tell him to take. Saw the take sign. So 9-hole guy, although Drew had a nice at bat last time, I still think you got to take one here. You got top of the lineup coming up behind him, so if we can get some help, this guy hasn't thrown a strike yet, so we need to make sure we see him throw one.
And that is way high, and it just seems like I don't know if it's just the mound at Duncan Field, but just the tall guys here just seem to have troubles with missing up high with some of their pitches. We saw that happen with the Juden brothers last summer and this summer too. So
those tall guys have a lot of angle, but they've got to bend their back and they've got to finish. And he's a little stiff. So when you're stiff, you can't finish. You can't finish low. You're not bending. You're not finishing a little bit. So that's what the problem is. So we should just leave it on our shoulder, see if he can throw a couple here.
Drew Vega is 0 for 2. Excuse me. He's 0 for 2. He's grounded out to short and second. But then again, the pitcher Cass has missed high now twice. But there he drops in a breaking ball on the 2-0 pitch.
Looks like it's fairly high, but probably the strike zone, but a little on the high side. But that's good call by their team. He's missed 6 straight fastballs, so you might want to try something different to mix it up. So that's good. Good adjustment by the coaching staff over there in OAHE.
Base is full. There's the fastball, and that one finds the zone this time. So now Vega knows that that's what the strikes are going to look like. So he will be in go mode here, trying to protect.
Come on, Drew.
Sato at third, Fred Bond at second base, and Sarnataro at first. Vega awaits the 2-2 pitch from Cass. It's in the turf.
Nice
block. A good block by Lang there. That's Mason Lang getting it just close enough to keep Sato at third base with the go-ahead run.
I'm sure you agree, but I think I've talked to Steve about this. That sure as heck should be a stat. The stat. That saved a run.
Run-saving catcher blocks. Absolutely. As a former catcher, I would.
That ball is out in front of him, and he saved. I mean, there's nothing you can do with that.
And there's nothing that Lang can do there to stop that. It's ball 4 anyway. An RBI bases loaded walk for Drew Vega. And the Sodbusters have the lead once again after being down by.
I guess we were ahead 1-0 yesterday.
We were.
Okay. I was like, again, wait a second. Have I missed something? No.
2-0. Sodbusters led after the first inning. OAHE with 5 to take a 5-2 lead. And now the Sodbusters have scored 5 of the last 6 runs in the game. And Vega turns it over to the top of the lineup.
Come on, Alexiel. Let's go.
Alexiel Delgado. He has walked, popped out, and grounded out. Let's get him his first hit and
it's coming.
Bust this thing wide open, why don't we?
He seems, like I told you before, he told me he was nervous. And so we saw he's hit the ball really well in batting practice and comfortable and fluid, and we just haven't seen that at the game yet. But we do expect him to be it was pretty easy to pencil him in the one spot, but we haven't really seen that during the game yet.
1-1 pitch. Ouch. That one off of an appendage of Delgado, and he's down to his last strike. But Sodbusters now making their 4th time through the lineup, as they have recorded 7 hits in the contest, and 3 of those hits coming in this inning. 1 ball, 2 strikes. The pitch from Cass way high, and Delgado still giving that a courtesy look all the way in, but wisely lays off the 2-2 pitch.
I think he thought that was going to the backstop. That was a nice play by the catcher. Again, run-saving play by a catcher. That doesn't show up anywhere in the stat book.
2-2 pitch. That bat getting a little bit dicey, and now it's going to come at a conclusion here with a full count pitch. Bases loaded. 2 outs and nowhere to put Alexiel Delgado.
Come on. I want to say Del got it. But he hasn't got a hit yet, so I haven't been able to say it.
All right, well, if he gets on, that's your call then. Full count, swing and a miss. What a pitch from Julius Cass. Goes upstairs. Delgado swings and misses, and the Sodbusters will settle for just the 4 runs, but settling they will as they have a 7-6 lead after 5 innings. Scott, appreciate you coming up.
Always a joy.
You got to save your voice for the next few days because you'll have lots of words of wisdom for the next couple.
We'll try to mix in a good one every once in a while. But, hey, thanks a lot, and we'll see you guys later.
Ryan Valenta, Scott Galusha, and we will send you to break. We'll be back with the 6th inning after this.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
What an inning. Man, maybe we need Scott Galusha in here the full time. 5 runs scored in the 5th inning combined, 1 run for OAHE and 4 runs for the Hastings Sodbusters. They lead at 7-6 in a wacky, wild game. Home game number 2 here at Duncan Field. For the next couple of innings, we'll send you back to our main man, Steve Stein, who got to intake a lot of that inning as a fan and get to enjoy all that off the mic. Steve,
what
take
did
it
I
away.
miss? What did I miss?
You missed.
My gosh.
Sodbusters pulling a rabbit out of their hat with 2 outs. Let's tally it up here. After the first 2 outs, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 straight batters reach. And
Gotta
they
like
chase the OAHE starting pitcher and Dino Morales set to face the Zap 3, 4, and 5 guys.
And all of a sudden, Dino Morales is the pitcher of record for the Hastings Sodbusters. Can pick himself up a win. Just the 3rd bullpen guy, maybe coming in to get a little experience. And all of a sudden, by the way, you're up by 1. Let's throw some strikes. They really hit him pretty hard, but he was able to survive that last inning with just 1 unearned run allowed as he brings an 0-1 pitch, and that's on the inside corner for strike 2 as Leandro Guevara is at the plate now, down to the count 0-2. As Dino, with a lot of velocity, goes to the curveball here. It's struck pretty well to the left side, but it's picked up by Sarnataro. Good throw over to first and in time. He's looked really good with the glove over at third. The first 2 days, Sodbuster third base play has been mighty fine. 5-3 on the put up. And 1 up, 1 down here in the 6th. Sodbusters on top 7-6 with Vince Polizzi coming to the plate.
Definitely helps to have a 6'5 first baseman. Had to go up and get it. Maybe with anybody else, they have to jump and get it a little bit. But credit on the other end to both corners playing their position.
Pitch to Morales, a little bit low. 1 ball and no strikes to Polizzi, who singled his first time up. Then he was hit by a pitch with the bases loaded, and he reached on an error his last time up. Curveball, half-hearted swing there, and it's 1 ball and 1 strike. Didn't see many swings and misses from these hitters against Morales the first time through for the Hastings Sodbusters, and looks a little sharper and, how should we say, a little more deceptive the second time through, as Polizzi had no clue on that curveball, and it went by for strike 2. 1 ball and 2 strikes. Dino Morales brings home the pitch. Put something extra on that one. I think I got a piece of Fred Bond on the throwing hand. He just shakes it off and throws a pitch back. As even catching it with the glove, when that ball hits that velocity, it's pretty tough. 2-2. Morales shakes off one sign. Now he's ready to go here as he tries to get one by Polizzi, and the pitch. Fastball is bounced to the left side. Picked up by Josh Printer. Throws to first in time. 2 up, 2 down with the Sodbusters here in the 6th. And how big would it be to put a 0 on the board after you get the lead? Sodbusters took a 2-0 lead after 1. Promptly gave up 5. They get 4 runs to grab the lead back in the 5th. And a 1-2-3 inning would be just what the doctor ordered. Mason Lang steps to the plate now. Dino Morales. Right-hander on the hill. Didn't pitch in the spring for York University, but getting a chance here in the summer, and that one's way high and outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Mason Lang. A single his first time up. Then he popped out his second time at bat. Had a fielder's choice grounder to end the 4th inning. Bouncing ball. Could be a tough play, but Borgman backhand stop. Throws to Morales covering, and it's 1-2-3 for the OAHE Zap here in the top half of the 6th. 3-1 on the put out there as Borgman's been so solid at first. Fields his position well. Morales used to covering a lot of ground as an infielder. Perfectly played there. 1-2-3 for OAHE. We head to the bottom half of the 6th inning. Sodbusters 7, OAHE 6. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Dog Roll Patrol provides reliable and professional pet waste management services in the Hastings area. Hire Dog Roll Patrol today and spend more time enjoying your furry friends and less time cleaning up after them. Depending on your location and number of pets, Dog Roll Patrol will work with you to come up with a schedule that best fits your situation. Dog Roll Patrol takes great pride in their work. Family owned and operated out of Hastings. Get a free quote and details on the services at dogrollpatrol.com.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
At the bottom half of inning number 6, Soundbusters lead it by a score of 7-6. Hastings turning this game around with 4 runs in the 5th inning, as we'll see Julius Cass out there for his first full inning of work. He came in relief of the starter, Jacob Swallow, and he threw 16 pitches. 5 of them were strikes.
Yep.
So probably fortunate to survive with only the 4 runs allowed. All of those runs charged to Jacob Swallow, who would be the losing pitcher after throwing 94 pitches and 58 strikes. So the Sodbusters need to be a little selective against Cass, as he did not show the ability to hit the strike zone with much consistency. And he comes into today 0-1, pitching in 1 game so far. Actually, he's 1-0. He picked up the lone win of the year, went 3 innings, allowed 2 runs on 3 hits, struck out 5 and walked 4. So he had a really shaky outing, but got the win anyway. An ERA of 6.0. He's also a guy who could swing the bat. He's 0 for 1 hitting this year, but 1-0 on the mound for this 1-4 Zap squad. As he faces 2, 3, and 4, Josh Printer stands in and takes outside for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Josh Printer in the home half of the 6th inning.
And now with the 7 runs for the Sodbusters. Last season in 9 games, they scored 7 runs in 7 of those 9. So just continuing their offensive success in all 3 games to close out the season series. Sodbusters had at least 7 runs in each of those games, continuing that trend here. And I mean, what a game it is, and we've still got plenty to go.
Printer taking ball 3 now, 3 balls and no strikes. The Sodbusters won 6 of the 9 games last year, hitting .293 for the season against OAHE, while OAHE hit only .218 against the Hastings Sodbusters. So Hastings did pretty well at both sides a year ago against the Zap, pitch taken high, 4-pitch walk, and the Sodbusters right back to the offense with Josh Printer aboard for the 3rd time today. A double, a single, now a walk. He is 2 for 3, and here comes Sawyer Duddleston, who's already got himself a multi-hit game. He's 2 for 3 with a couple of doubles, an RBI, and a run scored for the Arkansas Tech Wonder Boys, standing in the right-handed box for the Hastings Sodbusters. Righty-righty matchup as Julius Cass checks the runner. Sodbusters have run at will today on this OAHE Zap team, and catcher Mason Lang. Pitch is taken for a ball, 1 ball and no strikes.
Especially Printer, too. You've got a real good read on the left-handed pitcher, and I'll see if he can swipe a bag with the right-handed pitcher on the mound now.
That pitch is in there for a strike. First strike of the inning. His ball to strike ratio very poor for Cass at this point. 1-1 pitch, but he goes back-to-back strikes here, 1 and 2, and Sawyer Duddleston's going to have to battle as he steps out of the box and gets back in here. Will have to protect. It was a 2-strike hit back in the 3rd inning for the Hastings Sodbusters. Runner goes, 1-2 pitch taken high, throw down to second. Printer's stolen his 2nd base of the day for the Hastings Sodbusters.
Got a little nervous there, a little bit of a delayed call by Brandon Brooks. Thought that maybe he was going to go with the punch out there, but man, Printer has just gotten the excellent read on there, and catcher laying behind the plate, seeing ghosts. Like, why can't I throw out anybody?
Pitch at Sawyer Duddleston singles in the 3rd and the 5th. We're now in the 6th, and Duddleston sends this one a mile high in the air. And left fielder comes on and makes the play. 3rd baseman had gone way out to short left. When he got called off, he had to turn around and sprint back in just in case Printer tried to take 3rd, but it was Braden Byram with that play all the way for the first out of the inning.
It's kind of at that point in the evening where that ball can almost match the color and the brightness of the clouds, and you can lose it there. But yeah, that pitch or that ball took a long time to come down, for lack of a better term, and but Byram's still able to locate it and snag it.
Jack Borgman has had a day, 2 doubles, 3 runs batted in. He's 2 for 3. Runner at second, one out, and the pitch is taken upstairs. Love to have him just continue with his hit parade in the early going and get that runner home from second. A walk and his stolen base for Josh Printer. Scoring opportunity here, and 2-0 the count to Borgman. Should get a good pitch to hit. Printer goes. The throw to third is not going to be in time, and Josh Printer has his second stolen base in this inning, his third of the game for the Sodbusters. And now any old ground ball back to a middle infielder will get an insurance run home, except OAHE may come in a little bit. They take a few steps in, playing about halfway. And Borgman way ahead in the count. Pitch taken at the knees for a strike. Count goes to 3 balls and 1 strike on Jack Borgman. 2-run double in the first, RBI double in the 5th to get that 5th inning going for real after they were 2 up, 2 down. Borgman pops this one up. And the first baseman makes the call, retreats a few steps, and makes the catch. That's a large second out recorded there for Vince Polizzi, and it'll be up to Luke Ray if the Soundbusters are going to continue this inning.
Got the pitch he wanted, just a little bit elevated, and that's what we've seen from the pitcher Cass, is that with his tall frame, just missing high with a lot of balls, so sticking with that high part of the zone, and Borgman just got under it.
Pitch is taken for a strike. No balls and 1 strike on Luke Ray. Hit by a pitch his last time up. One of the key at-bats in that 5th. They were 2 up, 2 down, then got single, double, hit batsman, hits batsman before a 2-run single from Fred Bond to cap the 4-run inning. That pitch almost back to the backstop, which would have been a run. It's 1 ball and 1 strike, and I think Cass thought it was heading there. He was hustling in, and a great job. Sodbusters ran pretty well against Lang, but Lang has done a decent job of keeping balls in front for the most part today with runners at third base. 1-1 pitch on the way. That's way high. That goes back to the screen. Here comes Josh Printer. Throw, not in time. It took a really good hop for Lang, but Printer hustling down all the way, and Cass fell awkwardly as he tried to grab it and apply the tag. Sodbusters do get that insurance run. And you talk about manufacturing. Walk, stolen base, stolen pace, wild pitch to get the run home here in the 6th.
Well, it was just a pitch later. You said maybe he was getting back to the screen. There was the next pitch there. Went to the breaking ball that pitch before, and then the fastball sails over the head of Lang. Nothing he can do to stop that.
8-6 the score. Sodbusters on top. Hastings is out. Hit OAHE 7-6, and this pitch is in the dirt. And I would not want. Well, I never want to be a catcher. I know you're a catcher, but Mason Lang. To try to keep the balls in front from Julius Cass. He has gotten a workout back there since Julius has come in this release outing. 34 pitches, 11 strikes so far. 3-1 pitch on the way. That's inside the low. Sodbusters draw another walk here, and you don't feel like this inning is over. After the Sodbusters got the walk from Printer to begin, fly out, pop-up, now walk, and Yamato Sato, who had one of the key at-bats in that 5th inning, he may have swung at a ball that hit him, but it was not called that way. Sato hit by the pitch, and that allowed Fred Bond to get an at-bat, and he had the 2-run single to put the finishing touches on the 4-run inning. Runner goes, pitch taken for a strike, throw down to second base, not going to be in time. It goes into center, but no chance for further advancement. So how about these running busters here in inning number 6? That's the 3rd stolen base of the inning for Hastings as Luke Ray swipes a bag after drawing the walk. 8-6, Hastings looking for more now. Runner in scoring position for Sato. The pitch. Right there for strike 2. Yamato Sato going to have to battle here. He popped it up to the shortstop his first time up, struck out in the 4th, a hit batsman in the 5th, and now we're in the 6th. Another chance for the Sodbusters, leading it by 2. Bouncing ball left side. Third baseman has it, bounce out of his glove. The first error of the game for the Zap. They have been solid defensively. Jackson Mix could not field it, and Sato aboard on the air, and the inning continues.
Oh boy, nothing going right for the Zap now after that run in the 5th inning, and Sato puts it in play there, busting it down the line, and you got to know it's probably in the corner of the eye of the Mix said, oh boy, this guy's busting it down, I've got to hurry, and just a lapse in judgments, and he misplays it there. Big opportunity.
Fred Bond now trying to come through again. Who's going to get the big 2-out hits? Well, the Sodbusters with Fred Bond the last time up. to give his team the lead. Now a chance for some insurance here. Runners at first and second, 2 outs, 1 home already here in the 6th. The pitch, bouncing ball, foul. 1 ball and 1 strikes. That ball up on the top of the Hastings Sodbuster dugout. Same 2 teams tomorrow, 6:35. If you're in the Hastings area, come on out and see Sodbuster baseball. And then the Nebraska Prospects will come to town Saturday and Sunday for games, 6:35 both days. Then a long old road trip. 1-1 pitch, low into the dirt. Runner from second goes, throw down to third. Not going to be in time. Nice turf ball read from Luke Ray. Unfortunately, Sato did not take off, so there are runners at the corners now with a 2-1 count on Fred Bond. Be interesting to see, do you send Sato now? Wheels could be turning. Sato does not go. The pitch is lofted high in the air down the right field line. There's a lot of foul territory, but not enough room there for Emiliano Curiel. Fred Bond, 2-2 count now as we are in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Runners at the corners. About time for another wild pitch. We'll have to see how it goes for Cass. If he sends another one to the screen, Hastings could get a second run on the board in this inning.
Bond last time up, singled through the right side, and that was after that controversial at-bat for Sato, but see if Bond can make him pay again.
Runner goes, pitches in the dirt, and no chance for a throw. Nice job there for Lang just to keep it in front, to keep the runner at third, and now 2 are in scoring position, and a 3-2 count on Fred Bond with the wheels turning here in the 6th. So Yamato Sato off with the pitch. He gets a stolen base. Runners at second and third. Cass sets and delivers. High for ball 4. They're loaded up again for Leo Sarnataro.
And just what a play by, last pitch before by the catcher Lang too, because Cass has just kind of lost the zone here. His day might be done, but Lang getting beat up behind the plate but getting rewarded for it. Could very easily be 9-6 right now, and they are indeed going to go to the pin.
Really rough day for Julius Cass, who throws 44 pitches. 16 of them were strikes.
Yikes.
But the Sodbusters trying to take full advantage of that. We'll tell you about the new OAHE Hurdler after this. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hi, I'm a baseball umpire. My job can get pretty stressful. I have to keep my eyes open at all times, and if I don't make the right call, people boo me. So to relax, I visit a Nebraska lottery retailer like this one and buy some scratch tickets. It always calms me down. Hey, you cut in line.
I did not.
All right, you're out of here.
Hey, he didn't cut.
All right, you're out of here. I feel better already.
The Nebraska Lottery. Top prize odds vary by game.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Big moment in the game. The Hastings Sodbusters have a 2-run lead. They have the bases loaded, and they get to take on another reliever. It's Angel Escobar, a right-hander out of Saragoso Community College in California. No record for him, a 0.00 ERA. 4 1/3 innings pitched. He has allowed no runs on 2 hits. He struck out 5, hasn't walked anybody. That's a big stat because this relief crew for OAHE has been up and down, and mostly down for Cass, who walked 5 in his outing and struck out only 1. Big moment here for Leo Sarnataro. Drew a walk his last time up. He was the first batter to face Cass. And this pitch is taken high for a ball. 1 ball and no strikes on Leo Sarnataro. Struck out his first time up, has walked twice since. 0 for 1 in the game for a guy who's looked really good at third base for this Hastings Sodbuster team. Line drive foul is off the end of the bat there. May have swung at ball 2, but wants to be aggressive and try to bring home a couple here. Bases loaded, 2 outs, 1 home for the Sodbusters.
And Steve, you mentioned the wildness of the Zap pitching. 37 innings pitched in the spring for him, just 4 walks.
So this is a guy they want in there at this time as the
Yes.
pitch is taken for a ball. 2 balls and a strike on Sarnatara. I mentioned the fact he hasn't walked a batter in his 2 appearances so far in the summer. Pitch is popped up on the infield, short center field. It's not easy as the shortstop ranges way over on the second base side, but Brandon Weigel makes the play, and after all of that, Sodbusters settled for just 1 run. It is 8-6 as we head to the 7th. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters Baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
It's Sodbuster Baseball as we head to the 7th inning. Steve Stein, Ryan Valenta. The Sodbusters have battled back from an early 5-2 deficit, and they now lead the contest by a score of 8-6. A 4-run 5th turning this game around, and the Sodbusters added a run in the 6th as we see Dino Morales out there for a 3rd inning of work. So far, so good for Dino as he ended up giving up an unearned run his 1st inning, but then set him down 1-2-3 in the 6th. Trying to get another inning out of Morales and maybe turn it over to the next dude in line. Sodbusters getting a short start from Dalton Juden, hoping for better, I'm sure, for the right-hander out of York University, but he went only an inning and 2/3, allowing 5 runs on 3 hits while striking out 2, walking 2, and hitting 3 through 51 pitches. Nice debut for Alexander Hardy as he worked 2 1/3 innings. Did not allow a run, and Dino Morales mentioned the fact that he's given up 1 run, but it was unearned, and his 2nd inning much better than his 1st when he battled through 30 pitches. Sodbusters made a good defensive play behind him to force a pickle play to keep the OAHE squad from getting any more, and then Morales pretty dominant in that 6th. He'll work to Phillips, Byram, and Curiel in inning number 7. We think, visiting with the OAHE broadcaster, he said, watch out, because late in the game sometimes the head man will just make wholesale substitutions, which could be very problematic to see with the white numbers on the yellow jerseys. But at this point, we're going to think that Andrew Phillips is still up there, batting from the left side. 1 ball and no strikes to count on him. Pitch taken high and outside, 2 balls and no strikes, and it is indeed Andrew Phillips. Phillips walked his first time up, also reached on an error, and he stole a couple of bases. He's also grounded out. 2-0 delivery. Curveball a little bit low. Now 3-0 on Phillips. Now this OAHE team, they had 11 stolen bases for the season coming into today, as the pitch is missing for a ball. But in that 5th inning, talk about getting it going, they had 4 stolen bases in that inning against Morales. And Dino, I think, probably will learn to pay more attention to his base runners too, a guy who didn't pitch in the spring for York University. That probably maybe a little bit down on his list of priorities, just trying to get the ball over the plate at this point. He's got the velocity, which is why he is out there now. Runner does go on the first pitch. Bouncing ball left side. That's a fair ball just inside the bag. Runner hits the second base bag, heading for 3. He's going to try to score now. The throw comes in. That is not going to be in time. And it's an RBI double, and that quickly it's a 1-run game. So a 4-pitch walk to Phillips. He comes all the way around to score from first
on the Braden Byram double, and it's an 8-7 game. The Hastings Sodbusters clinging to the lead now.
That one ripped inside the line, and no chance for Sarnataro to get a glove on it, but the speed of Phillips, like we've said time and time again, he is a speedster, and just about anybody else on the base pass, the throw from Drew Vega was there, but just a hair late. You figure with maybe anybody else running, Vega might have that guy at least closer, maybe thrown out at the plate, but OAHE not going to go quietly today.
First pitch swinging is Curiel, and he fouls it away. No balls and one strike. Andrew Phillips, look at the guy. He's not been an offensive threat this year. He's just 1 for 9 coming in, but he had 3 stolen bases. So you know when he gets on, he goes, and he has 2 stolen bases here today, and basically stole home right there. He was going to on the pitch. Pitch is bouncing away from Fred Bond, and on to third base will go Brandon Bynum. So with him running, he never let off the gas and came all the way around from first on that double down the left field line. Doesn't go as a third stolen base, but it's certainly the reason that he was able to score there. 8-7, and now the tying run just up the line now, and 1-1 the count on Curiel as he tries to deliver the tying run. Sodbusters will concede it to get an out. It's a line drive back up the middle. That's a base hit, and we are tied at 8 on the single from Curiel. Looking much more like the OAHE team that batted against Morales in the 5th than the one that went 1-2-3 in the 6th. They're getting decent swings here. A walk, a double, and a single. And now the number 9 hitter is going to come, but he'll be facing a new pitcher as we see the walk to the mound for the head coach, Joel Skipper, and we'll see a new pitcher for Hastings. 8-8 the score. This is Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate woodbat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Blue Fork Kitchen features elevated comfort food in a family-friendly, fast casual environment. With a full menu, you can sit down for a nice meal or order online for pickup. From salads and wraps to burgers and steaks, Blue Fork Kitchen has your kind of food. Open Tuesday through Thursday, 11 to 9 p.m., and Friday and Saturday, 11 to 10 p.m., with a special brunch buffet Sunday from 9 to 2 p.m. Blue Fork Kitchen is located in the Cimarron Plaza, 38th and Osborne Drive in Hastings. Like them on Facebook.
A disappointing 7th inning beginning here for the Hastings Sodbusters. Walk, double, single that ends the day for Dino Morales, and he goes from having a chance to win it to only having a chance to lose it now with the runner aboard and nobody out, and an 8-8 tie. The runner at first base will be his responsibility, and now we get a look at Jude Sundquist, another South Dakota State Jackrabbit out of Chisholm, Minnesota, as he went 0-0, had a 14.85 ERA in the spring, pitched 6 2/3 innings, and had 6 strikeouts and 12 walks. So you hope he can find some control. That's one of the reasons you come and play summer ball, to see if you can work those kinds of things out. And he comes in at a very important situation with a tie ball game and a runner at first and nobody out.
Absolutely. 3-pitch arsenal for Jude Sundquist. Going to feature a 4-seam fastball, a curveball, and a slider. And says that he likes that slider with the 2 strike counts. You can see OAHE dugouts all just glaring out at Sundquist, wanting to know what the Division I guy is going to be throwing at them, with a chance to take the lead for OAHE. Runner at first, a brand new ball game. Once again, you didn't think this was going to be an easy end of the game, did you, folks? Because if you did, that is just not going to be what's happening this year. Both teams are going to be fighting for every inch. OAHE's made it a new ball game, and of course still plenty of ball game left to be played.
Yeah, and you've seen both teams show a lot of heart and courage today. Both teams battling back on 2 different occasions, and now here come the zap as the pitch is taken high for a ball, 1 ball, and no strikes on Brandon Weigel. Weigel has had a good day, 2 for 3 with an RBI for a guy who came in today 1 for 15 on the season.
getting his season going. Runner goes. The pitch is taken for a ball. Throw down to second is not going to be in time. Nearly sliding by the bag was Curiel, but he was able to keep that ankle on, and he is safe on another stolen base.
And also the throw from Bond behind the plate. If that's a little bit foot or two more to the right, that drills Sundquist right in the back, as it was waist high for him.
2-0 the count, and the pitch. In there for a strike at the knees, 2-1 on Weigel. Weigel trying to deliver a 3-hit game for this team. Brandon Weigel out of Ellsworth, Iowa Community College, standing in the right-handed box against the right-handed pitcher, Jude Sundquist, South Dakota Stater. Here's the pitch. It's outside for a ball. 3-1 the count on the number 9 hitter in the OAHE order, looking for their second win in 6 games. Hastings just getting rolling, their second game of the season. They'll catch up with fewer off days down the stretch. 3-1 pitch, line to right field. That's trouble. That's a base hit. Knocked down by the right fielder, but not fielded cleanly. Now he will airmail it home, which will allow the runner to go from first to second. It's an RBI single for Brandon Weigel. And the Hastings sidebuster right fielder Sawyer Duddleston nowhere near hitting any kind of a cutoff man there. And that allows Weigel to move on to second base as Curiel scores the go-ahead run. OAHE with 3 home in the inning and nobody out. It's 9-8 Zap.
Yeah, that's just an unfortunate happening for Duddleston out there. I mean, he got to the ball quickly, but it took a hop, so he had to try and barehand it rather than getting it in his glove, which he would have liked to, and not able to make the clean exchange, so no chance to get him out at home plate.
So, runner at second base in scoring position and an insurance run here in the top of the 7th for OAHE. Waiting out there is the top of the order. Buck Snabes at the plate. Pitch taken upstairs for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes on Buck. Has had a tough debut here in Hastings as he is 0 for 4 in the game. Does have a stolen base to his credit after reaching on a fielder's choice back in the 5th. We're now in the 7th. 3 have scored so far. And a pitch fouled away. 1 ball and 1 strike on Buck Snabes. The first 4 have reached for OAHE in the inning. Walk, double, single to end the day for Dino Morales. And then an RBI single for Brandon Weigel, the number 9 hitter. Turning the order over here is OAHE thinking huge inning. They had that 5-run second. Didn't score again until the 5th. Got an unearned run there, but they have already scored 3. 1 ball and 1 strike the count. And the pitch. Hard hit but foul over on the right side. It's 1-2. Snabes did not get around at all on Sundquist. Jude Sundquist out of Chisholm, Minnesota. South Dakota Stater. Strikeout would look big here. An out would look big here for the Hastings Sodbusters. Had a heck of a time getting an out in that 5-run inning and blew it by him. Snabes down on strikes for the first time. He's the beer batter, so it's an opportunity for the fans to indulge here, but more importantly, if you're a Sodbuster fan, it's the first out of the inning with Jackson Mix coming up. Jackson Mix has had a tough day. He is 0 for 4. Stands in the right-handed box. Sundquist, a check of the runner at second, and the pitch. A little bit low for ball 1. 1 ball and no strikes. Good velocity for Sundquist. Likes the sign from Fred Bond. Stares back at second and throws. Off speed pitch, swung on and missed. 1-1 the count on Jackson Mix. You like that pitch, huh?
That looks like fastball out of the hand, and that just darts away, down away from you. And as a hitter, you're not expecting the hook to come there on a 1-0 count.
Pitch on the outside corner for strike 2. May have been outside, but you'll take that. 1-2 the count now on Jackson Mix. Sundquist jumps ahead of Mix after he snuck out Snabes, the leadoff man. Pitch fouled away, and again, Mix way behind that offering. And we'll see if Sundquist can blow one by him as we see Fred Bond come out and talk with his right-hander, make sure they're on the same page here. 3 have scored for OAHE. So they have come out and grabbed a 9-8 lead. It's been back and forth. Hastings led 2-0. The Zap grabbed a 5-2 lead. Sodbusters got it back to within 2 at 5-3. Saw OAHE push the lead back to 6-3 before the Sodbusters scored 4 in the 5th, 1 in the 6th. And now we're at 9-8 Zap, still on the top of the 7th. Conversation is over. Sundquist pitch. Curveball stays high. 2-2 now on Jackson Mix.
Just realized we've fallen victim to the yellow jerseys and white numbers. This is a pinch hitter, Aiden Johnson.
Thank you very much.
And it just took me that long to realize, too, but it's why you don't wear light-colored jerseys with light-colored numbers.
I thought it was just going to be me that was complaining. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. And they probably just did that because Jackson Mix had already struck out 3 times.
Don't thank me. Blame OAHE. But yes, you're right. It's probably because of his performance, too.
Bouncing ball. That is a tough turf hop, and they're going to try to throw to first, and you shouldn't have done that.
Nope.
That's thrown away, and a run will score. Sundquist grabbed it. There was going to be no play, and he just hurled wildly, and that was well up the line, allowing another run to score. So it's an infield single. There's no way it's not an infield single for Aiden Johnson, but an error will allow the run to score, and OAHE has grabbed a 10-8 lead now.
Yeah, that's just not the play for Sundquist. You got to know, I mean, even maybe he's looking, maybe Johnson's not a fast runner, even if he's not. Like, your David Ortiz's, your Pablo Sandoval's, they're going to beat that throw out. Doesn't matter who's going up the line, and as a collegiate player, you just got to put it in your back pocket there.
So Aiden Johnson reaches on the infield single, and now it's Leandro Guevara. Throw over to first. Strike one, the count on Guevara, as he's in the right-handed box, and there's still only one man out. 4 have scored so far for the OAHE Zap. Pitch taken upstairs, 1-1 the count, as Guevara out of Kentucky Christian hit .293 in the spring. Guy coming off that 4-hit game against Spearfish in their last outing. That was a loss to the Sasquatch on Tuesday. It's their first road trip after 5 straight home games. The pitch is a strike, 1-2 the count. You were hoping there'd be a little bus lag and they'd come in and not play very well, but it's gone back and forth in this one, and the Sodbusters are going to have to rally late to get their first win of the year. 1 ball, 2 strikes, 1 out, 4 home for the OAHE Zap. Bouncing ball left side. Sarnataro's got it. Throws to second low. Did they get the force play? Yes. Nice dig there. How about Luke Ray saving his third baseman an error, and more importantly, or just as important, they get the second out on the fielder's choice.
Just with such a slow hit ball, I mean, with the runner Johnson going, doesn't appear to be a fast runner, so had the play there and a lot shorter of a throw to second than it is to first, but this wherewithal by Sarnataro to get the out there, and a big one, like you just said, Steve.
And there are 2 outs in the inning. Runner at first. It is 10-8 as Vince Polizzi will stand in the right-handed box. And a heck of an effort for the second baseman, Luke Ray, to dig that out with a man bearing down on him at second base. If you're a first baseman, you expect that, but not too many times. You have to dig a ball and keep your foot on the bag if you're a second baseman. 1 ball and 1 strike the count now. Sundquist sets and delivers at the knees for strike 2, and the Sodbusters are a strike away from getting out of this with no more damage done. Spalisi has a hit to his credit and a run scored, also an RBI. He's reached on an error and grounded out as well. Here's the pitch. Low and in the dirt, bounces up the line. Fred Bond grabs it, throws down to second, and throws it into center field. No chance for further advancement. It'll be a wild pitch to advance Guevara into scoring position. Thought Fred maybe had a chance at him, but he threw wildly. And after such solid defense on Tuesday, it's been a little shaky at times for this Sodbuster team. 3 errors and a couple of other things that could have gone awry.
Third wild pitch, 3 hit batters, 4 walks. Just tough day for the pitchers.
And that pitch in the dirt. Nice stop there from Fred Bond, and it goes to 3 balls and 2 strikes on Polizzi. 10 runs, 10 hits for OAHE. 8 runs, 7 hits for the Hastings Sodbusters. They'll have 3 more at-bats trying to come back here. Trying to get the final out. This Sundquist curveball swung on and missed. So Sundquist gets a couple of strikeouts. But 4 runs come across for the OAHE Zap. And we head to the bottom half of the 7th inning. It is 10-8. This is Sodbuster Baseball. Make your next pit stop at the Coach's Corner. A friendly staff and a deep lineup of snacks. You can find Coach's Corner in North Hastings on Osborne Drive East. More than just a gas station, Coach's Corner is the place to get delicious pizza made fresh for you and your family. Don't take our word for it. It's so good it'll be featured at selected Sodbuster home games this season. For a convenient and clean experience, be sure to check out the new convenience store in North Hastings, Coach's Corner.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Out of the bottom half of the 7th inning, OAHE comes up with 4 runs on 4 hits, aided by an error on the Sodbusters, and they left one to turn this game around as we have seen it go back and forth, and the Sodbusters will trail it 10-8 with 3 chances to come back and win this one. Hastings will have the 9, 1, and 2 hitters against Angel Escobar. Escobar coming in and getting a big out with the bases loaded. The Sodbusters trying to add to the lead at the time, and that looks large now as saw Escobar get the out, and Hastings now is down by 2 runs as it's getting late. Josh Printer scoring that run in the 6th inning as Hastings got 1 run without the benefit of a hit, taking advantage of the wildness of Julius Cass. But Escobar coming in, throwing 4 pitches, and retiring Leo Sarnataro. It'll be Drew Vega, number 9 hitter, to lead things off for the Sodbusters. He's bunting, and it's foul up the third base side. Joel Skipper fields that one cleanly and throws it back at the pitcher. No balls and a strike on Drew Vegas. We see the head man, Joel Skipper, in the third base box in his 2nd year. He's coached Hastings College for 3 years. This past year, the Broncos went 14-35, 5-22 in the GPAC, although much more competitive game to game than they were the previous year. 0-1 pitch, swung on and missed, and now Vega really has to battle here at 0-2. Drew Vega, Arkansas Tech guy, getting back into rhythm after not playing in the spring for the Wonder Boys. 0-2 pitch, swing and a miss. And Escobar's done a nice job getting the first 2-man he has seen, and it'll be back to the top of the order for Alexiel Delgado for the Sodbusters. Delgado had a big moment, a big opportunity back in the 6th inning as he came to the plate. The bases loaded, but struck out to end that 6th inning as the pitch is taken outside for ball 1. Alexiel still trying to get it going at the plate. Did have a walk and a stolen base and scored a run back in the 1st inning. Curveball just misses 2-0 on Delgado. Sodbusters need base runners here, trailing it by a score of 10-8, bottom half of the 7th. Escobar delivers across for strike 2 and 1 the count.
Going to the off-speed pitch pretty often here. Almost seems like he's doing it more than the fastball, and that fastball averaging in the low 80s so far in his outing.
2-1 with 1 out, and that off-speeder is missing. Now 3-1. That's the fact that Escobar does not give up many walks, either this summer or particularly in the spring. 3-1 pitch.
Ouch.
Fouled away, and that gets a piece of the catcher, a good piece of the catcher, as Mason Lang is up and hopefully all right. 3-2 the count. As we'll see the home plate umpire give him a moment. Sean Schott working the plate today, and Brandon Brooks is the field umpire. And Sean's done a nice job behind home plate. I don't think there's been too many calls that have been disputed too much. Did have that really tough call to make when Yamato Sato was perhaps swinging at a ball that hit him. But man, when you're a home plate umpire, that's a really tough call to make.
You're supposed to be watching the pitch too, and you got to figure out if guys check swing. Your field umpires out in the field. I mean, it's just a recipe for disaster sometimes.
3-2 pitch, and this one is popped up foul territory and out of play on the right side. Gorgeous night for baseball again here at Duncan Field, and if you're in the Hastings area, good chance to see Hastings this weekend. As another one with OAHE tomorrow, then the Nebraska Prospects come in on Saturday and Sunday. Get a first chance to see that Nebraska Prospect squad, which lost its season openers. They're making the long road trip, playing out in Spearfish, lost 9-8. Those two teams playing again today. Bouncing ball left side, third baseman's got it. Low throw, but nice play there on the other end as we've seen Polizzi handle everything. This throw from Aiden Johnson, the new third baseman, as there are 2 outs in the inning. 5-3 on the put out there, and Josh Printer tries to continue this inning. A big day for Josh. Couple of hits, 3 runs scored for Printer to go along with 3 stolen bases for the Houston Christian University. Apparently grad now. That's pretty cool for him as he was able to play another year of Division I ball. Exhausted his Division I eligibility in the spring. He's down to the count, 0-1. The pitch inside for ball 1. 1 ball and 1 strike.
That's just the mark of a true hitter there. That curveball's coming in right as his head most influences. You're going to turn away from that. He stared that down all the way.
1-1 pitch is at the knees for strike 2. 1-2 on Josh Printer. Houston Christian, by the way, looking for a new head coach. They had former Houston Astro Lance Berkman as their head coach. He resigned after an 18-31 campaign in the spring. And a pop-up. Foul territory. Will there be room? There will not. Count remains 1-2 on Josh Printer. We'll have to get the official word from Josh. As you heard Scott Galusha mention earlier, believes that Printer is going to come here to Hastings to play his final year of college ball in a Bronco uniform, and he will have a great success at that level, you'd feel like. Pitch fouled away again, 1-2. Guy that just wants to keep on playing. He's a bowler. Josh Printer. Battled some arm issues earlier in his career. I know beginning last summer they actually had to start him at first base for a few games because he was still trying to get his arm back in shape. And I don't know if it ever really was during the course of summer, but he gutted it out and had a really solid year defensively for Hastings as he fouls the pitch away and stays alive against Escobar, who continues to throw strikes. Good battle going here with 2 outs, nobody on. And if you're thinking, well, why don't you just concede this third out there? You got to play it to the end. The Sodbusters scored 4 runs with 2 outs, nobody on in the 5th. And Printer, line drive, left side, diving opportunity, and a good play there for the OAHE Zap. Taking away a hit. Braden Byram for OAHE, and the Sodbusters go down in order in the 7th. We'll hear from Ryan when we come back. 10-8 Zap. You're listening to Sodbuster Baseball.
Hastings Sodbusters baseball's in full swing, bringing you another fun-filled summer of high-level collegiate wood bat baseball at historic Duncan Field. A great way to spend a summer evening with your families at a Sodbusters baseball game. Go online to HastingsSodbusters.com for their home game schedule or to purchase tickets. Hastings Sodbusters Baseball. It's a hit.
Got the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
There's nothing like relaxing on a summer day. Nothing like taking in a Hastings Sodbuster baseball game. And there's nothing like an ice-cold Pepsi to make the day perfect. Pepsi Cola of Hastings wants to make your nothing like be the best day it can be, whatever the occasion. Enjoy your favorite refreshing Pepsi product throughout the Sodbuster season and make your nothing like memories. Pepsi Cola of Hastings, a proud sponsor of Hastings Sodbuster Baseball.
We head to inning number 8th, the OAHE Zap on a 10-8 lead over the Hastings Sodbusters. And once again, here's Ryan Valenta.
Well, let's see what the Sodbusters can put up here in their final 2 innings, as they've got 6 outs to play with. Jude Sundquist back out on the mound for Hastings. Sundquist, a South Dakota State guy, and as I mentioned before, a couple of South Dakota State guys on the OAHE roster too, and all of them got together and commemorated the moment with a little photo out in the outfield. Super cool to get to see the guys play in college in the spring and then somehow find each other in the world of summer baseball, where that world is expansive all across the country with hundreds, if not thousands, of baseball teams playing collegiate summer baseball. 10 runs for OAHE on 10 hits, 8 runs for the Sodbusters on 7 hits. And Sundquist will go to work against 5, 6, and 7. There's a strike called on Mason Lang. Lang the backstop for OAHE. In the ball game, he is 1 for 4. He singled in the 2nd inning and has been hitless since. He's grounded out twice and popped out. Sundquist's breaking ball is inside. Talked with Scott earlier and learned that thought that Jude might be one of the guys that would pitch either Friday or Saturday in a starting capacity. Joe Skipper electing to use the South Dakota State product out of the bullpen, and Scott mentioned that one of the guys is a thrower and the other one's a pitcher. He mentioned that the thrower throws hard, but Jude Sundquist appears to be that guy, but has had pretty good command of the strike zone, I would say. 2-1 pitch. That one misses low and in. It's 3 balls and 1 strike to Mason Lang. Seeing multiple lead changes for both sides now as Hastings led early. OAHE got the lead back, and look out, Sodbuster dugouts. That's a foot lower. That's off with somebody's head there. Count improves, full. Sundquist came on in relief to get the final outs of the last inning, and he strikes out. Mason Lang swinging. Went to something off speed. That stayed up high, and Lang offers. That is the first out of the inning, and the 3rd punch out for Jude Sundquist in his outing.
Strikes out the final man he faces in the 7th. First here in the 8th, trying to keep it that 2-run deficit as it's getting late here at Duncan Field.
So even though Sundquist came on in the 7th inning, technically his second full inning of work, as he was responsible for recording all 3 outs in the 7th inning, relieving Dino Morales, who was not able to get an out in 3 batters in that inning. The 0-1 is fouled back to the screen. The new batter, Andrew Phillips. Phillips got the last inning started with a walk, and he scampered home on a no-out double from Braden Byram. That one got the Zap within 1, then 3 more would come across to give them their 2-run lead. Phillips down to his last strike. See you later. Fastball up. Good morning, good afternoon, good night. 3 pitches, disposes of Phillips for the 2nd out of the inning. So Sundquist with 4 strikeouts. And he has recorded 4 strikeouts in 5 outs so far. Only one Zap able to put the ball in play for an out against him. He did give up a couple of singles as well in the last inning. First pitch, ball 1 to the 7th place batter, Braden Byram.
Uniforms. Noah Wiggins, number 3, will bat now. Got the binocs here.
We're even.
Yep.
All right. So pinch hitter for OAHE. It's a high and tight strike, but called by the home plate umpire, Sean Schott. Noah Wiggins from Southern Wesleyan University. He, as well as Jackson Mix, also on the Zap from Southern Wesleyan. 1-1, softly hit to second base. There's Ray over there, who makes the play for out number 3, a much-needed 3-up, 3-down inning for Jude Sundquist and the Sodbusters. They've got 6 outs to get. Busters coming up in the bottom of the 8th inning.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil, tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris, plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
7.5 completes. Duncan Field, second game of the Independence League season for your Hastings Sodbusters. Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein bringing you the action from game 2 of the season. New guy on the mound for the OAHE Zap is the left-handed pitcher Jake Hutter, making his 3rd appearance this season. 3 innings pitched for the lefty, no record, has a save, and the only win for the OAHE Zap this season. Hasn't given up any hits or runs, has walked 1 and struck out 5.
And just pitched 2 days ago against Spearfish, went an inning, no runs, no hits, and a strikeout in that game.
So 37 pitches in his first outing, 11 pitches on Tuesday, so pretty easy inning for him at Spearfish, as he only needed 11 pitches to face 3 batters to record the first and only save for the OAHE Zap in this 2024 season. Sawyer Duddleston leads off. Jack Borgman, Luke Ray to follow for the Busters. As there's a slow breaking ball outside for ball 1 to Duddleston. 2 for 4 for Sawyer. Couple of singles, one of them drove in a run. He's also scored a run on his own. 10-8 ball game. That one shaves off some black, and Duddleston, he's had a few calls today where he has not been too pleased with. Here's the 1-1. That one a little farther inside, and that one definitely catches the plate there. Well, Jake Hutter on for the 3rd time this season, this young season already. 3rd time in 6 games for the left-hander. Has Duddleston down 1-2. And that's a good breaking ball, but a better take by Duddleston. Center fielder Phillips playing Duddleston quite in. So is the right fielder Curiel. That one's cracked, just foul down the left field side. Duddleston just a hair late. Noah Wiggins remains in the game in left field, and he replaces Braden Byram, who comes out of the game. Phillips remains in center field, Curiel in right. There's ball, another ball there, and the rest of the infield and behind the plates remain the same. For OAHE, full count pitch. Duddleston hanging tough, making Hutter throw some strikes. The left side again, just foul. Duddleston nodding his head with every pitch he sees, feeling perhaps more comfortable with the pitcher. Lefty comes set. Payoff again. Fouled off again. Duddleston's on it. Just a hair away from putting it in play somewhere. Duddleston with a 2 for 4 day today. He had a hit in yesterday's contest, Tuesday's contest as well. Hutter fires. Inside, ball 4, and Hutter does a will spin on the mound, feeling like he should have had strike 3, and just too far inside, and Duddleston is on with a leadoff walk.
Really good at bat for Sawyer Duddleston. 9 pitches working his way aboard for the Hastings Sodbusters, and that's a big at bat to set the stage for what they hope to be a special 8th inning.
So Hutter not throwing too hard in that first at bat, maxed out at 79 miles an hour. We've seen some upper 80s and even a low 90 this game. Well, Hutter is the 4th OAHE reliever. And that is also now the 8th walk issued by Zap pitching, yet they still hold a 2-run lead. 2 hit batters, 8 walks. That totals up to 10 free passes for Zap pitching, but it's not too often that you'll still be in front there. Jack Borgman bats, another excellent day for him. 2 for 4, make it 3 for 5. A missile into left field, and going first to third is Duddleston. He makes it in there. The 3rd double of the day for Jack Borgman, and he just has the Zap's number in this ball game. A 3-hit game for the Sodbuster first baseman.
Early fan favorite Jack Borgman is off to a sizzling start in his Hastings Sodbuster career, and there they are, the tying runs on with nobody out here in the 8th.
So they elect to pull Escobar after just the 1 1/3 inning of work. That's a chopper to third base. Over as Johnson makes the long throw over, and it gets away. 1 run will come home, and here comes Borgman. He's going to score all the way from second base. It's out of play, so all runners will get 2 bases. As that ball found the perhaps under the dugouts. So I believe that Luke Ray will have to go back to second base, because it's 2 bases from the time of the throw. And the umpires are wondering, they're trying to come up with the right call. Both runs should score. We should have a tie ball game and Luke Ray at second base.
They're going to send Borgman back to third, apparently.
No, it's 2 bases. That's not the right call there. I want to say the umpires, and Joel Skipper is going to talk as well, but Borgman was going to third base. So you're supposed to get 2 bases from the time of the throw from an errant field from when it goes out of play. It can roll forever and go out of play, and even if the guy makes it all the way around the bases from home plate, it's still only 2 bases. And I feel like that's what Joel Skipper is trying to argue.
It's a large call because that's the tying run coming to home plate. And yeah, you think you're still in pretty good shape with nobody out, but you never take for granted that you're going to get that run home. So this is a large call one way or the other. Sodbusters can make it academic if they keep swinging the bat, but this apparently is going to be a call that doesn't go in the Sodbusters' favor. So you get the error, and just 1 run will score on the play, and the person of Duddleston to make it 10-9. They're going to put Borgman back to third, and Ray will be at second.
No, just not sure about that, but let's make them pay, boys. We'll make the extra hit worth it. So Duddleston does come across, and they will issue that. It appears initially to be a single, and then a throwing error, which could argue for an error on the third baseman throw too, because you feel like the throw could have gotten him. We'll mark that, we'll keep that in pencil for right now. But as it stands, still nobody out, and the tying run on third base, the go-ahead run on second base. That was Luke Ray putting it in play to third base, and the errant throw by Aiden Johnson gets the Sodbusters 1 run closer to tying this wacky game up once again. Yamato Sato, and he strikes out. The ball gets back to the screen, and we are indeed tied, and Sato is going to reach first base. Just how you draw it up, right? 10-10 ball game. The Sodbusters tie it back up with 2 runs in the home half of the 8th. Goodness gracious.
To say it's not been pretty is an understatement when you get the tying run across on a wild pitch. Strikeout, guy reaches, and now the Sodbusters, great chance to get the go-ahead run home and have a chance to win this baby in the 9th.
So now the batter is Fred Bond. Bond, a 1-for-3 day, a 2-run single to his name in the 5th inning was the difference for the Moments. Pickoff throw to first to check on Yamato Soto. Nothing doing there, and right as the pitcher gets the ball back, he sprints right back off the bag.
Soto's already got one stolen base in first and third situation. We'll see if they try to steal a run right here.
With nobody out, why not? He's not going. Ground ball to the second baseman, and the Sodbusters will take the lead. It is a double play, but coming across to score the game's 11th run is Luke Ray, and the Sodbusters have the lead once again, 11-10.
So no RBI there. It's a double play off the bat of Bond, but he does bring the lead run home. That's the most important thing. Base is empty. Chance to get things reignited for Hastings, as it looks like they are going to go to the bench here for a pinch hitter for Sarnataro.
So 15 up there for the Sodbusters, now being sent back. That was Matisse Cruel.
Instead, they are going to bring back in Sarnataro. I think if it would have been a different situation, if you still had a runner on,
yes,
they may have batted Kroll, but they'll go ahead and leave Sarnataro in. So they were going to make the change. You seldom see that happen. A guy gets sent to home plate and said, nope, instead we're going to do this.
So, I mean, officially, if you announce the guy in the major leagues, at least the major league level, that guy has to bat, but probably a little bit more of a leeway here, and perhaps maybe they didn't officially announce him yet. So Sarnataro will bat for the 5th time. He is 0 for 2, has struck out, popped out, and walked twice. Sodbusters with the lead here, 3 runs in the 8th inning, and now they just need 3 outs on the mound to close this one out. But as we've seen this game, nothing guaranteed. Sarnataro down to his last strike. 2 quick strikes from Jake Hutter, and he'll get it. 3 straight pitches, retires Leo Sarnataro, who strikes out for the 2nd time today. And wouldn't you believe it, the Sodbusters, down by 2 in the inning, will now play for the win with 3 outs in the top of the 9th inning. 11-10, top of the 9th coming up.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Let's face it, we move our bodies around a lot. And sometimes things happen. A tweak, twist, pull, strain, ache, or pain. At Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care, their goal is to restore your mobility, keep you moving, and ensure your rehabilitation is effective, efficient, and stress-free. Do you suffer from headaches and neck pain, lower back or sciatica? Call Fisk Chiropractic and Sports Care today. Start to discover wellness through chiropractic care. Fisk Chiropractic Sports Clinic.com. Start feeling better now.
Well, here we go, ladies and gentlemen. This is go time for the Busters. 3 outs, and we can celebrate the first win at Duncan Field this year. And the task will be assigned to Jude Sundquist. He's back out for his technically 3rd full inning of work. Pitched 1 complete inning by himself last inning. And then his other 3 outs came on in relief. So now Jude Sundquist, if he can record the final 3 outs, the Sodbusters will be in the win column just 2 games into the 2024 season. For the Zap, they have 8, 9, and 1 due up coming up here in the 9th inning. Sundquist worked a very quick 1-2-3 inning in the last inning, striking out 2 and grounding out 1. Emiliano Curiel, Brandon Weigel, and Buck Snabes, the scheduled hitters for the Zap. We will cease the Neil Diamond here and entertain the Jude Sundquist as he gets a swinging foul ball on Curiel for strike 1. Curiel with an excellent day. He's reached 3 times. He walked in a run in the second and has singled twice. So he's got 2 RBIs on the day. Sundquist ready for the 0-1. Fastball punched into the ground. Over to second. Luke Ray over to first. 1 up and 1 down for the Busters in the 9th.
Take that every time. It gave Luke Ray that infield single last inning. That kind of makes up for one where we thought it was a hit yesterday. So it all works out in the end. And now the Sodbusters 2 outs away from a win.
It will be Brandon Weigel. Weigel with an even better day. 3 for 4, has driven in 2 runs, all on 3 singles. And he is seeing Jude Sundquist for the second time, as that's a called strike on the breaking ball from Sundquist. His off speeds includes a curveball and a slider. That one, the slider, right there. So Sundquist has now seen all 9 batters. This is the 10th batter he's facing. That one way it low and inside, and now 1 ball and 1 strike to Brandon Weigel. Like we mentioned, come back tomorrow. Tune in or come out to Duncan Field, same time, with the OAHE Zap, 6:35 start time. Part of a 4-game weekend series for the Busters. 1-1. Slashed foul, and Weigel down to his last strike. No defensive replacements like we sometimes see late in games. Sodbuster crowd has thinned, and if you're one of them, shame on you. Not even a school night, guys. You're about to miss an excellent finish. Look out. That one head high of Weigel. He ducks out of the way for ball 2.
Some people have to work. All right, just saying.
Well, I don't want to complain, but I have to be at work at 5:30 tomorrow morning. So, and I'm still here. So, you have no excuse, Sodbuster fans. 2-2 pitch from Jude Sundquist to Brandon Weigel. Breaking ball and in the turf. And spat on by Weigel, who does not offer, and the count works full. And we saw the 7th inning start with a leadoff walk that turned into disaster for Hastings. The 3-2 pitch from Sundquist. See you later. Weigel was guessing, and he guessed wrong. Looking heater, he got the hook, and he goes down looking. 1 more out to get for the Busters. And what a pitch. Going with the hook on a full count of a pinch hitter. For the final batter, Buck Snabes will be called back for Cole Ottersberg, one of the other Kentucky Christian University guys who takes a big cut and misses at the first offering. So Snabes, the scheduled batter, was 0 for 5. Chance to get the fresh bat of Ottersberg in. The 0-1, just a bit inside, 1 ball and 1 strike. It's just the lights, the fans, and the players now here at Duncan Field. The 1-1, beautiful breaking ball, shaves off an edge, and the Sodbusters 1 strike away. There's the drum. Sundquist with the sign. What does he got? Ball downstairs. Good selection on the fastball there. Seeing a couple of breaking balls for Ottersberg. Try to change his eye level there. And also set up the breaking ball low and away. Sundquist's 2-2. Got him there. We got a premature fist pump from Steve Stein over there. I looked at that one too, and I was like, that is the one he is going to swing over. Oh,
that's a good pitch. That's a good piece of hitting.
Go right back to it, Jude.
When he came out of his arm, I thought it was strike 3.
How about this one? Oh, just inside. Full count. Ottersberg with an excellent eye, and Sodbusters on the rails, ready to hop out of the dugouts after getting this final out. Payoff pitch. 3 balls, 2 strikes from Sundquist. Yes, sir! Sheath the sword, Jude Sundquist. He shuts it in the OAHE Zap's face. And with the 11-10 final, you can put the first Duncan Field dub in the books of the 2024 season. And for a Sodbuster team last year, it took them 11 games to get in the win column. It only takes them 2 this year. Jude Sundquist goes the distance in the final 3 innings, and the Busters bats steal the win here in the bottom of the 8th inning. 11-10, your final. We'll recap it and talk to the headman, Joel Skipper, after the game with this wacky, crazy game where the Sodbusters come out on top.
Hastings College has reimagined everything. As a sophomore, you'll spend part of a semester studying abroad, and they'll cover the cost. Recognizing it's a digital world and how you learn, they'll give you an iPad Pro and Apple Pencil. Tools that'll help you engage, whether you're on campus or in Paris. Plus internship opportunities and professors who mentor you. Hastings even provides books. At Hastings College, you'll go somewhere. Go to hastings.edu/discover for more.
Core CPAs is your locally owned, full-service accounting firm. Our team of professionals have years of accounting experience and focus on building in-depth relationships with our clients. Our comprehensive and customized solutions are tailored to your specific needs. We pride ourselves in our commitment to integrity, objectivity, and professionalism. At Core CPAs, we provide tax services, payroll, bookkeeping, assurance and financial reporting, and much more. Visit our website at corecpas.us.
Sodbuster Baseball is sponsored by Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC. It's one of the many ways Jerry and Greg Spady, along with their families and employees, have proudly embraced a passion for giving back to the community. The folks at Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC realize the importance of enriching and improving the lives of their neighbors. They've accomplished this through philanthropy and active personal involvement. Featuring the top new and used inventory in the region and a certified service department, Jerry Spady Chevrolet GMC, 2750 Osborne Drive East in Hastings, or at spady.com.
Well, hope you stayed to the end of this one because it was well worth it for the Sodbuster fans out there. On our pregame show, I'm Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein. We'll get to hear from Joel Skipper in just a second, but I mean, you couldn't have drawn this one up any better, Steve. Multiple lead changes, times where it looked like either team was just going to run away with it, but an 11-10 finish and plenty of just wackiness on both sides, but a great finish for the first Sodbuster win.
Yep. Talk about a seesaw affair. This Hastings team scores 2 in the first, give up 5 runs in the second to fall behind 5. We don't have time to wrap things up. Joel Skipper is right here. How about that? You know you got to play again tomorrow, so by golly, let's get home and get to bed if you're going to play till midnight. By golly, what a contest, Coach. Try to put this baby in perspective.
Hey, it wasn't pretty, but I think that just shows what kind of group we have this year. Just a bunch of competitors. Didn't give up. We needed pretty much everybody on the roster tonight. So great way to get that first one under our belt. Excited for tomorrow.
And for the team, I mean, specifically, this took you 11 games last year to get this first one under the belt, and you get it in just a second game this year, and you get to do it in front of your home crowd as well. Just, I mean, overall offensive lead, 9 hits, 11 runs, and especially you come back from a multi-run deficit twice. Just talk about the mentality of just not being out of this team and keeping this game going and getting those runs late.
Yeah, I think it really started on Tuesday. I think we had a great start. We saw some really bright spots, just kind of couldn't get that key hit here or there. The guys just never gave up. We kind of went down. Dalton, kind of had some tough 2-strike pitching, walked a couple guys, but, no doubt in my mind he's going to come back way better his next outing. But we had to kind of pick up the pieces. That's how baseball goes sometimes. So it was great to see those guys compete, scratch runs. We got it, we lost it, we got it, we lost it. Ended up doing it when it mattered most. Jude Sundquist, just an outstanding job being able to shut the door. And then Jack Borgman, what a night for him. Just great offensively and just was a spark for us all night.
And a guy that you've kind of locked into that 3 spot. I know it's just 2 games in, but he's a fan favorite and probably a coach favorite if he can come through with performances like that.
Absolutely right. He's doing a tremendous job. Has a great approach at the plate right out of the gates here. Obviously, as he keeps shining, hopefully that's contagious, and just kind of got to the hit when we needed it the most tonight, which was great.
And it was those first 4 guys in the lineup, Printer, Duddleston, and Borgman. And, I mean, just how about the toughness of Josh Printer, too, just getting smacked in the face by a ball, get that nose patched up right quick, and then go back and record a 2-hit game, why don't you? But just the veteran leadership. I mean, you have guys that come back this season. It seems like they've played a big part in this season so far.
Absolutely, yeah. Josh Printers is about as tough as they come. Yeah, got that one right off his nose, just gushing blood. Just puts his batting gloves on about 2 seconds before, just bangs a hit right down the line. Just shows the toughness, and I think, the guys just kind of feed off that attitude and what he brings to the team. So those top 4 guys are just really hard to get through. Alexiel, I think, is right there, and really expected some big things out of him tomorrow as we move forward. But really pumped with the win tonight, great compete, and just really pleased.
As part of your first comeback today, Fred Bond had a big 2-run single that gave you the lead at the time. There's another kid that played a couple of years ago who came through with 2 outs.
Yeah, absolutely. Did a great job behind the dish for us, too. Obviously, a lot of different pitchers. Early on in the season, I think that's one of the positions that's the toughest, just kind of getting to know everybody. But he did a tremendous job and came up big, getting that 2 RBI single.
All right, so another thing also we were curious about, we talked about Josh Printer finishing up his Houston Christian Division I eligibility, but is there any word about where he might have an extra season in his back pockets?
Yeah, I think just kind of up in the air right now. But yeah, we obviously would love to get him at Hastings if we can. But just a tremendous player, and we'll kind of see what happens as the season goes on.
Can definitely leave it at that. Scott Galusha put that in our ears, so wanted to hear it from the horse's mouth specifically. But another game tomorrow night, so I mean, you guys got to get back to it too. But just it's going to give you a lot of confidence bringing you into tomorrow night.
Absolutely, yeah. I think we, it's just a complimentary game. I think there's going to be days where our hitters aren't going to get a lot of hits, and our pitchers and defense are going to have to pick us up. Obviously, reverse tonight. So I think just that competitiveness, we can build off that for sure. And tomorrow, got a big one, and hope we can win the series against them.
Hastings gets the win 11-10 in their second home game of the season, despite being out-hit. We appreciate Joel Skipper coming up, but 11-10 score. Hastings 1 less hit than OAHE, but they still prevail as they are in the win column at Duncan Field for the first time in 2024. Want to take a special moment to appreciate, show some appreciation for our broadcast crew, engineer Mason Heinrichs, and our scoreboard guys, Noah Pengels and Connor Christensen, guys that make all the magic happen here. Of course, myself and Steve Stein as well. But man, Steve, this one feels good, and we're gonna be riding in on a high tomorrow night.
Joe was so fast, I don't even know if we gave the numbers.
We didn't.
10 runs, 10 hits, 2 errors for OAHE, 11 runs, 9 hits, 3 errors for the Sodbusters. Like I say, it wasn't a work of art. You saw a combined 5 errors. The Sodbusters were able to accept 8 walks on the day, and you saw 4 walks issued by OAHE. There were several hit batsmen. It was a little bit ragged, but who's going to be tougher in the end? And the Sodbusters able to plate those 3 runs in the 8th and get it done in the 9th. As far as hitting, Jack Borgman, that is 3 more hits for him today. You mentioned Printer with the 2 hits, so your Duddleston a multi-hit game. All of those guys coming through for this Hastings squad. And kind of an up-and-down pitching day. Pretty much you had Juden with the tough start, and a guy that we kind of almost forgot about, Alexander Hardy, makes his debut.
Yes.
He kept this team in the game. Goes 2 in the 3rd inning, no runs, 1 hit, 1 strikeout, a walk. Dina Morales makes his debut. Had an up-and-down day. Kind of had a tough first inning, and then 1, 2, 3 in his 2nd inning work, and then didn't retire bad in his 3rd, and then Sundquist comes on and works 3 excellent innings, striking out 6. There's another guy who can be a strikeout guy, and you feel like just in the early returns, the first couple of games, there's some guys that can come in and in big situations maybe get Ks, which takes a little pressure off your defense.
And it almost felt like last year the Sodbusters just didn't really have that guy they could go to for those big strikeouts, but today Hardy and then Sundquist at the end with big strikeouts for Sundquist as well in that game. So he actually gets the win and a blown save charged to him, but gave up the lead in the last half of the inning because I guess that would have been a Morales there.
Right. Yeah.
The game changer says blown save, but that would make more sense they would have it as Morales. But this is what Sodbuster Baseball and Summer Baseball is all about. So we're going to expect to see you guys back here for the next 30-plus games at home this season. For myself, Ryan Valenta, Steve Stein, and our whole broadcast crew, we're going to say so long from Duncan Field tonight, but same time tomorrow. The OAHE Zap will have one more game before 2 more games Saturday and Sunday versus Nebraska. It's Ryan Valenta signing off, saying have a happy Thursday evening.
Catch the spirit of the game. The Hastings Sodbusters.
Get the ultimate fan experience at a Hastings Sodbuster game this summer. Enjoy high-level collegiate summer wood bat baseball at the beautiful and historic Duncan Field in Hastings. Baseball and a whole lot more. Affordable family fun. That's what the Sodbusters and the Independence League are all about. Sodbuster Baseball. It's your team.
Catch